The last time on the wilds of Valandiir, the crown collectors, with the island chain of the Moravs in sight, they had their journey's end interrupted by an attacking sea creature. Not something they're terribly unfamiliar with. You've fought some sea creatures in the past, but this one's rather big and has more than the amount of appendages than you probably feel comfortable with. And with a few rounds of opening combat, Kravish has summoned his Bigsby's hand, Maven has summoned Sundancer to aid her, and the Kraken has lifted two members of the party into the air dangling over its mouth, and is preparing to devour them. Daunt and Baranor, you guys are both restrained and grappled by the torso, by the legs. We're going to jump back into the action here. Daunt gets to go next, and he is definitely going to he's going to cast Arms of Hadar on him, his location, which is kind of a big sphere of whipping black-green smoky tentacles that damage everything around him. He's just trying to loosen up that grip. So I got to roll for the Kraken's arm. I don't think anybody's really going to get caught in that he doesn't like. Besides the Kraken, nah. He's kind of on his own. He's hovering, let's see, about... Yeah, he's a good 25 feet away from the ship's edge. And he's probably a good 30 feet above where you guys would be standing on the deck. I see Ken has hopped on. Hello, Ken. Let's see here. Where was I? Okay. Just got to make, I think, a strength check, which is pretty funny for this guy. We lost... There he is. Ken is hopping on and off. Okay, sorry. I just had to reset my internet a little bit. Oh, it's pretty good for a... That's going to be a 28 strength. So he's going to pass the save on that strength. However, he's still going to take half of this. So Daunt is going to deal... No, D6. Really? Wow. Wow, the Kraken takes a whole 3 points of damage and definitely is not enough to loosen his grip. And that's going to end his turn. Daunt's first turn in the gate, pretty weak sauce. So, Koza, you are next. You've got your spiritual weapon out. What would you like to do?
I'm going to throw a 4th level moonbeam right on his forehead.
Okay, I think I've got something for that, and I think you'll be able to control it.
Where is
it? That. Oh, it's on his head. Let's make it a little bigger. Even though it's supposed to be 5 feet, I made it small so I'd stretch it out. Okay, can you move that?
Let's see. Nope, doesn't look like it.
Really? Damn.
Yeah.
Well, it's on his head, as you can see. I will roll a save for that, which is that wisdom or con?
A big con save.
Okie dokie. Yeah, Kenny's having technical difficulties, so let's all wish him well on his reset. Wisdom's not great. That's a 14.
That fails.
Okay.
He takes full damage. 4d10. Yep. Eats that to the face.
Alrighty.
And then I think I can only move my spiritual weapon like 20 feet. Yeah, so however long that is from here. Okay. Move it next to this guy. And I guess that's it.
Okay. This creature is going to... This may take me a moment to get this right, just because, like I said, the layers. He's going to attempt to descend into the water. So I'll tell you the mechanics of how that works. There's 3 layers of him in the water, or 4 really. There's him completely under the waves, and you have no idea where he's at. There's him kind of half out of the water, where you can see his face is real blurry. That's going to be a quarter damage with your moonbeam, as I'm guessing it doesn't penetrate water, but I'll allow it a little bit. And then there's one where he's mostly under the water, and that's half damage.
Can anyone hear me?
Yeah,
there you go.
I can hear you now.
Okay.
We got you, Ken.
I have no idea what Discord's malfunction is. Okay, I'm here.
Cool. Discord sucks is the answer. So he's going to, So he's going to descend. Here we go. He's going to descend a little bit. So where he's mostly, or I should say, sort of underwater. That's not as deep as you can go, and
he's submerged,
almost as deep. So so go ahead and roll your damage. Sorry for all of that, and he'll take half of it.
Okay, so that's 12 damage.
All right, he'll take 6.
But that's right to the dome.
No, excuse me. You know what? He's taking the full damage because he's submerging now. So that would have been, sorry. Next time he takes damage,
so when he starts his turn and has to roll his con save, he'll take half.
That is correct.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. All right. It looks like Iona is next.
Okay, right, so this is half damage. Or is it half damage on anything? Or is it half damage on specific things?
I just got kicked out of Roll20. I gotta take a look at what you're asking me. You're talking about the tentacle next to you?
No, I mean like the creature itself. I was just wondering.
Just so everyone knows, the tentacles have different hit points and different AC as the main creature. This creature is like freakishly huge and weirdly shaped, so each of these tentacles has its own set of hit points and AC. Okay. And if it confuses you, just think of an octopus with its many leg brains.
Yeah. I mean like the head now, is that going to be half damage on it?
Oh yeah, yes. Any area of effect or ranged attack, it's going to be half damage as you're being stopped by some water.
Okay, in that case, I am in order going to walk here so that the tentacle will have to take damage from spirit guardians.
Okay, let me roll wisdom. Can't believe how much wisdom a kraken has. They're actually a lot more that's terrible. That's still a 10.
Yeah, so it's going to take all of that. I am then going to, for my action, I'm going to pass to the grave it, so that the next attack that hits it is going to be double damage.
Okay.
And then, for my bonus action, I am going to spiritual weapon it here because it's closer, so I'm just going to slash it. So we'll see if that can help Valandiir out a bit.
Okay.
Nope. Not that time.
Do you have it out, or do you need help with that?
No, I have it out, it's just really not visible against the backdrop. I'm going to give it a tiny aura just so that I can see it.
Yeah, what's up with that? I gotta fix that.
No, it's just that a silver thing looks really invisible against the
frothing water.
Against a bunch of silver waves.
Okay. Hey, the green aura, that works. I like it.
Yeah, I needed a contrast. It made it thematically appropriate. But yeah, that is going to be my turn.
Yeah, this big, giant, hulking, serrated, sucker-covered tentacle of sinew and twisted muscle just kind of is wriggling with Baranor in its grasp, and your weapon just kind of swings wide and misses it completely. Speaking of Baranor, Baranor is next.
All right. I'm going to sheath one of my daggers real quick and summon up a spiritual one.
Okay.
And I'm going to roll to see how far I can throw it. Well, that's 100 feet right there.
It'll get there. You would have had to roll really low, I think.
It's about 50 feet over to Dawn.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you throwing it at its flesh? I think you'd have to throw it at something, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna
Okay.
throw it at like. Can I move to here? Let's see. I'm gonna throw it to right about. Yeah, right there actually works.
Uh huh.
And just teleports there. So I'm standing on the tentacle that's holding Dawn. And
All right, you're going to give me an acrobatics check just to see if when you teleport, you're able to kind of surf on top of this thing. Because this tentacle, mind you, is writhing and wriggling.
19.
19's not bad. So I'm going to say it's at least going to take one of your hands to hold yourself steady, but you're able to kind of grab hold of this thing, and as you throw your dagger, the behind you, that tentacle just sort of like squeezes empty air in your wake as you reappear standing on this thing next to Dawn, who is, by the way, upside down and about 20 feet above a submerged, open-jawed mouth.
Okay. With my action, I'm going to activate my winged boots.
All right, so now you're flying.
Well, now I have the ability to fly. And
Okay.
I'm gonna. I don't know if I can do anything.
There you go.
This turn to help him. Can I grab on to Daunt?
Not without an action.
Not in with action. Okay. Then I will. That's my
You can
turn.
say something to him. Give you
Like,
a
hold on.
sentence.
I'm here.
Yeah, he's being dangled upside down, so his legs are in the air. He looks towards you, kind of through his legs a little, and he's like, "Oh, buddy, good to see you, mate. Give me your hand."
I will in about 6 seconds.
All right. If that's your turn, Kribish, you are next, bud.
All right. So I'm going to use my bonus action first to move Big B's hand. I can move it up to 60 feet, which means I should have more than enough movement to move it all the way to here. And I'm going to jack his jaw.
His jaw is underwater.
It doesn't matter. I can move it 60 feet.
Oh, okay.
So I moved it under the water, and I'm going to punch him.
Okay. I'm guessing is that just a range or an attack?
It's a melee spell attack, yeah.
Okay.
So that will be the plus
I don't have a blurry version of his jaw.
17 plus 4 is a 21.
A 21 will hit his jaw.
Okay. So that is 7d8 of force damage.
Doubled, because it's the next attack that hits after Path to the Grave.
Yeah, so this would be
It's not an
half
area
damage.
of effect or a ranged, it's a melee.
No, Path to the Grave is the next attack that gets it is double damage.
Meaning this attack.
Sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
because Baranor didn't hurt it.
Okay, well, I just rolled 33 points of force damage and 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
So that'll roll straight as, since he's partially underwater, it would have been half, but with Path to the Grave, he takes full.
Okay, so that is 33, 43, 45. Okay, that's 47 points of damage. I just jacked his jaw. That was my bonus action. For my action, well, I've got this tentacle right up over here. Yeah, that's right. I jacked his jaw.
Ow. Ow.
And then 4 of his. All right. I'm going to fly over this way, and I am going to attack this tentacle with Anthem's Edge.
All right.
First attack. 11. It's a nat 1, unfortunately, but came out to an 11.
Yeah, that's not going to be enough, unfortunately, bud.
Oh, but I do have a second attack.
Try again. This thing's moving quick.
Oh my god! Swish, swish.
Holy crap.
That's bad. That's bad.
Well, let's see. You're flying around, and it's flipping around, and it's not easy to hit. But don't feel bad, because Iona's spiritual weapon didn't have any more luck. This thing's just whipping around quick.
Yeah. Well, at least I gave the main body something to think about.
You sure did. It is the crew of the Kestrel's turn. Down here next to Koza, Lieutenant Castillo has drawn her cutlass. She's going to move over here with her crewmates, and all of them are just going to gang up on this thing. I'm going to have this guy... you know what? This guy's going to stay right where he's at for right now. So is he, and this one is staying near the ladies on the map. Although I don't... Maven, are you still on the ship, or are you on Sundancer's back?
I'm on the ship.
Okay, so that guy's staying up by you. He's got a couple of hand axes, and we're going to get 3 attacks from Lieutenant Castillo, 2 attacks from him, 2 from him, and 1 from the berserking, raging bear man. So let's do all these attacks. All right, here we go. 3 from the lieutenant, 2 are going to hit, 1's going to miss. So let's roll her damage right quick. That's going to be 33 points of slashing damage. The fella next to her's got 2, and both... Wow, I rolled a 9 and an 8. They're both going to miss. But the guy next to him has 2, and those are both going to hit. That'll be 14 points of slashing damage from him. And we're going to get 2 attacks from the Raging Barbarian's Trident. One's a natural 1, unfortunately. The other one, however, is a natural 16. That's definitely going to hit this thing. So it's going to be 13 points of piercing damage from the bear. Okay. I'll make this quick, guys. This guy over here, he is going to feel rather froggy. Move over underneath where Yuno is. Just incidentally, Yuno, you are actually standing on the edge of this cross beam here. You're about 30 feet in the air. You've managed to sort of steady yourself while you were throwing fireballs and whatnot. So this guy's directly under you. He's going to grab a rope dangling from the top. It's got a grappling hook on it. And he's going to throw it at the monster's jaw. Let's see if he hits it. It's a natural 20! Woohoo!
And the crowd goes wild.
Crowd goes wild. I got to put something there. He threw a grappled rope. It latched onto the monster's jaw underwater. And he's going to tie it to the side of the ship and try to lash this thing. Let's just see what good that does.
That's a tactic.
Okay, I'm gonna draw a thingy. A line. Yeah, let's do. Why not? What color? Brown. Okay. There is a rope. Just in case anyone wants to know, there is a rope. Okay. I think there's a few more. One more guy. This guy next to Maven is going to throw both hand axes at this tentacle that seems to be evading everybody. So let's get 2 hand axe thrown from him. One's a 24, the other one's an 18. Both hit. Quick amount of damage from him. That's going to be 17. Points of slashing is 2. Thwack, thwack. As you guys are trying to slash at this tentacle crevice, you see 2 rusty hand axes just kind of tunk into the flesh right next to you. I think that's it for me. Let me just check the field one more time. Yep, that's going to do it. All right. You are next with Maven on deck.
You know what? Yuno's just gonna go with kind of a nice, reliable firebolt. I'm just gonna strike at this tentacle kind of right in the middle here.
Okay.
And
yeah, you and the crew are kind of chewing it to pieces.
It'll be a 25 to hit.
That does hit.
And 18 points of fire damage.
All right. Let me make a little roll on that tentacle's part. It's a terrible roll. He is going to move backwards 5 feet, which puts him out of range of 2 of these guys, and they're both going to get opportunity attacks. One's a hit. The other is not a hit.
Which tentacle was it that we're doing? The upper one?
This guy right here.
Oh, that one right there. Okay, at 8 o'clock.
Yeah. Yep. But he does get an opportunity attack for a whole 7 points of slashing damage. Okay. All right. Anything else you know?
That'll end my turn.
Okay. Maven, I think I had, I got Sundancer going on your turn, either before or after you, your choice.
I think I shall go first, and what I would like to do is to send a couple of radiant sun bolts at this tentacle over there.
Okay.
14 and then 18 to hit.
Okay, so one of those does hit.
That'll be 14 points of damage. And then
all right.
For my bonus action, I think I will probably... Yeah, I'll probably just spend a key point and try again.
Okay.
That one will be a 23 to hit.
That's much better.
It is much better. And then, 15 points of damage.
All right. Significant amount of actual damage on this one.
And then I'm gonna yell at Sunny and tell him to go get either Daunt or Baron or whoever needs it most. And he's gonna go over there. And then fly over here and attack the tentacle to try to get Daunt out of its grip. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes.
And then, so...
You do a significant amount enough damage, I will make a certain roll to see if he lets go.
Okay, we're gonna go 1 bite and then 1 claw attack. So for the bite, that is plus 11, so that's 25 to hit. And then for the claw is 25 and a natural 20.
Oh!
Nice.
For the claw. So for the bite, that is a D10. It's 11, so that'll be 14 points of damage. And then for the claw, 15, and then 7 plus 7 is 14, 14 plus 6 is 20, so that'll be 20 and 14, so 34 points of damage.
All right. Who's is anybody else seeing this 55-foot long arrow still on the screen, or is that just me?
No, I don't see
I
it.
don't see anything like that.
Yep, no.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm going to reset roll 20 because it is wigging out on me. Okay, so here's the thing. In order for what'd you say?
Is it wiggity whack?
It's wiggity whack. It's not super cool. It is uncool. In order to get where he needs to be to free Daunt, he has to sort of get in between Daunt and Bogey.
Okay.
And Bogey, you weren't exactly like right on top of Daunt. You just kind of teleported there to get over there. And Sunny just sort of shows up and slashes at the tentacle so much that Daunt is let free. Now, unfortunately, there's a large dragon between you and Daunt, so I won't be able to give you a quick movement to try to go for him, as he is now in free fall. He is in free fall directly over the monster's half-submerged mouth.
Exactly how we planned it.
And he drops into the water.
Oh no!
As it doesn't take 6 seconds to fall 30 feet because of physics, and goes kerplunk. And you see the last thing you all see. You could probably got the best vantage for this. And Maven, you're over there too. Kravish, Iona, is Daunt sort of look up at Baranor and Sunny, and he definitely gives a "I understood what you were trying to do" look, and then submerges under the water as the teeth begin to close. Haven't quite closed, but begin to close around him. Good job, Sunny. You did it. Anything else, Maven?
Nope.
Okay. I don't know if that was exactly fair, but that's what happens. Okay. The creature is first going to close his mouth. Daunt is technically off screen, and he is going to submerge further. Let me get that one out. There we go. Okay. Moonbeam. How does that? I got to make another roll, correct?
That is
Mr.
true.
Noah.
Sorry.
Okay. Another roll for his wisdom is again another. It's a 15. Not good. So he'll take a quarter of whatever. Yeah, he'll take a quarter of whatever you roll.
Alrighty. Oh, jeez. So that's what? 2.5?
Or 2.
Jeez.
It still spends.
It's like a flick on the forehead.
Yeah. It's he's like 20 feet down. It's not very water does a lot to light.
Would I be able to move it after? Or wait, it's there. It's okay. Never mind. I'll just move it on my turn.
Okay. There are still tentacles on the field, however. Baranor and Baranor and Sunny. Let's see. I'm going to roll a D2, or a D4 rather. 1 and a 2, and he's going to go after Sunny. 3 and a 4, he's going to go after Baranor. What do we get? A 3. Baranor, I need you to make a strength saving throw. We lost Ken again. Having internet issues.
25.
Okay. So, this tentacle's action is trying to grapple with you. But you're able to kind of like stay ahead of its undulating, suckered, serrated tip as it tries to dart at you and wrap around your ankles. At the very least, you're able to kind of jump and dance and skip away and cartwheel up and down this tentacle as it really tries to get after you and completely ignores Sunny, which is probably a good thing. This one right here is going to definitely go for a slam attack against Kravish. You're kind of like a buzzing little bee around it. And that's going to be a 23 to hit you.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. With a slam in midair, it's for 13 points of bludgeoning damage. And I'm going to say he slaps you down. As you're in flight, I'll say now, just being that you are midair and not really standing on anything, he slaps you down and you don't really slam into the surface of the water, but you're now at the surface of the water.
Okay.
Which, just so you know, is about 20 feet below the deck of the ship.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This guy... You guys are lucky you're all on one side of the ship. Oh, except for Koza. This tentacle here is going to rise high in the air. It's if I can make it turn. Oh, well, I can't make it turn. It's going to rise high in the air, and it is going to sweep the deck from here all the way to here. It's going to sweep across the deck. So I'm going to need everybody on that side of the ship, including Koza, to make a dexterity saving throw. DC 18, please. I'm going to roll for my shipmates here. It's a dex save for the bear. Natural 4, natural 1, natural 20 for the axe-throwing guy, and a natural 9 for Castillo, which is not going to be enough.
I think I saved
Okay.
here.
All right. This is a pretty bad one. Those of you who fail, no, not D20, are taking 47 points of bludgeoning damage and are knocked prone. This guy
that's exactly enough to knock me out.
Oh no.
So
Koza's out.
I am out.
Poor Koza. Okay. Sorry, bud.
Damn.
Damn indeed. I have to try to make you... I hate choosing things on Roll20's map. It is so frustrating. Okay. You're down, but you're not dead. That is going to be the extent of my turn as the creature. Dawn is beneath the waves. I'm going to make a roll. It's not enough. Nothing happens. And it becomes Koza's turn. Give me a death save, Koza. It's been a while since you've been here.
It indeed has.
Welcome back.
Oh. Oh no.
No, that's one death save. Failed. I'm going to have to annotate that on your token somehow. Let's do... Yellow means one fail. Orange means... Oh, I can do more than one. Okay. All right, I don't got to do that. I'll just do blue. That's one fail. All right. Iona. It's chaos on the field. You barely... I'll say that you just barely escaped needing to dodge that tentacle because you got over when you did.
Yeah, well, I was going to do something to mess up my turn if the tentacle is near me, but to be honest, Oza is not looking great. So first we'll do the Spirit Guardian damage, because that's automatic.
Okay. It's pretty good. That's a 19.
Okay, well that's half damage for that one. And then I'm going to cast Heal on Koza. So that's a straight 70 hit points.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
Damn, you are back up. And you are... Let me move
Yeah,
this.
but,
You're not under it. There we go.
Yeah. So Koza can enjoy 70 delicious hit points, and then my spiritual weapon is going to slash at the tentacle for my bonus action.
Cool.
For 29.
29 definitely hits.
Okay. Okay, so that's 10 force damage. And that is my turn. I think I will stay where I am.
Right on. Okay, Baranor. Baranor, Tentacle Surfer.
Baranor Tentacle Surfer is going to jump in the water after Daunt.
Okay. All right.
Is it 30 feet down?
No, it would have been. It is currently 20 feet down. So you waste no movement falling off the tentacle into the water. You notice that, I'm just going to say this, you notice instantly that this creature, the ship is moving.
Right.
Okay? The creature is also moving. As soon as you hit the water, you hit water that is not moving. So you're instantly drawn backwards. Okay, so I'm going to say, trying to jump onto its mouth, you can instantly see that creature's face is about 20 feet down from where you are. 20 feet feels real far when you're moving away from it and it's moving towards you. So you're at this point right here. I'm going to say that you have one chance, and one chance only, to grab a passing tentacle, the tentacle root of this one. And just because now that you can see most of this creature underwater, it is massive. It is huge. There are so many more tentacles underwater than you could see above it. And you're able, I'm going to give you a chance to grab a passing tentacle as it swims along with the ship, as this ship sails away.
Well, how fast is the boat and creature moving?
I mean, they're moving at a clip. You guys were sailing towards the island when all this happened, and it's not just happening in a stagnant part of the ocean. The ship was moving, and it's swimming along with it while it attacks. So it's moving at probably, I don't know, maybe 10 knots. Like, it's moving.
Okay. How far away is the mouth, then, from me, where I'm at?
It was 20 feet when you hit the water, and I'm guessing you only fell maybe 5 feet underwater. So we'll say that it was 15 feet straight beneath you, but as soon as you hit the water, it started moving away. So it's about 15 feet down and 20 feet ahead of you.
Okay, I have 45 feet of swim speed, and I will just catch up to it.
Okay.
And the mouth is closed, I'm guessing.
Yes. Now that I'll give you half your movement since you're chasing it. So kind of catching up to it is a little funny underwater. I'll give you half your speed, which is still enough to get to it. If you kick your legs really, really hard.
I guess swim speed, not swim speed. Like
it is, but it would be you're starting from a stop position, chasing something that's already moving. So you getting as you get to it, it's also moving away from you still. So you have to chew up some of your speed to get to it. So I'll make it difficult terrain until you get to its mouth. Which, yes, you do notice its teeth are closed. It doesn't have any lips, so you kind of have and its teeth right now are about the size of. I mean, for lack of a better word, size of a pizza box. They're pretty big, and there's, many rows of them. They're interlaced. And I'm going to say it's a little too chaotic to know if you can tell that it's looking at you or not.
Okay. I see that the mouth is closed. I still have one dagger in my hand. I'm going to attack it with that.
All right. Which dagger? One of those...
Oh, yeah.
Anti-squid daggers.
second attack, however, is a 27.
Second attack hits.
The 9 points, and then we're doubling that because of the dagger, right? That was what we discussed last time. Okay, so 18 points of damage to it.
All right.
And I believe because I have a swim speed and the dagger is a piercing weapon, I would not have disadvantage on that attack. So, according to what I just read in the underwater combat rules.
Cool. No, you are at full advantage, pretty much because of what you're swinging.
Yeah.
It's just a magic weapon designed to turn this thing into calamari.
Yep. I will, for reference, post underwater combat in the in Roll20, just in case anyone forgets about it.
All right. Incidentally, while you do that, I'm going to roll the ship's integrity with this rope. As this thing is descending, it kind of holds. So I'm going to say, Baranor, as many things happening at once, as you dive into the water, you notice that not only is this thing's mouth closed, but there's a hook on the end of it with a big, thick rope. It is taut. It is super, super taut. And it seems like it might snap. Just putting that out there.
All right.
All right. On the end of your turn, another tentacle is going to rise up out of the water. Oh, God. Everything is so backed up. There we go. Except let me just do something. It's going to flip around. No, that's not what I wanted to do. This thing. There we go. Oh, see, every time I try to grab something, I'm sorry, folks. Roll20 is just really against me when it comes to manipulating my own minis on the map. Wants to grab Kravish now. There we go. All right, Iona. Another creature for your little fairies to play with. You just grab it. There we go. Holy crap. There we go. Bam. Okay. Iona, I will be cool and make him roll his wisdom first. That's a 19, so half whatever damage you got for me right now.
Yeah, I'll get that.
And then he's going to roll a 24 to hit you.
Fun.
For a slam attack of 22 points and of bludgeoning damage, and he's actually going to catch you with his serrations on the edges of these suckers, and he's going to shred your armor and clothing for 2 points of slashing.
Oh.
All right. That's going to be his legendary action done. Kravish, it is your turn. Hello, Corey. We got you? Or do you
I'm here.
not have
sorry,
me?
I had my mic muted because my dog was losing her damn mind. So I'm going to use Big B's hand again for my bonus action to punch the creature.
All right.
So that's a melee spell attack. That's a 22.
Where are you punching it exactly? Where are you punching it?
Like where it is in the face. Because I left the fist, it was like underneath his jaw.
Yeah, you punched it, but then it submerged. So it's not just under the surface anymore. It's like 20 feet underwater.
Okay. So then I'll just dive it 20 feet down and just punch it right on the top of its dome.
Okay. That's going to affect its damage.
Okay. So that's a 22 to hit.
That does hit.
Woo-hoo! So that is a total of 48 points of damage.
All right, I will take half of that.
No, it's not an area of effect or a ranged attack.
I know.
Okay.
Underwater, it's I would say it's kind of like shooting a bullet. It's harder to make the same amount of force. There's all these little weird water molecules in your way.
Okay.
But 24 damage is still crazy on this thing. It's starting to show pretty significant size of wear, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Where you punched it before, you kind of cracked a bunch of its teeth. This time you punched it and got it in the eye to where it's closed one of its 4 eyes.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
This thing is hurting.
I'm going to maneuver around this way up ahead, and I'm going to make 2 more attacks and hopefully not roll 2 more ones. 14.
14 does not hit.
Second attack. 29.
Yeah, that one's better.
Okay, so 4 damage. That is 13 plus 6. That's 19 points. 13 piercing and 6 radiant.
All right. This one is starting to look like it's going to want to wriggle away and move. It looks like it's kind of shifting away. It hasn't quite yet.
And that's the end of my turn.
Okay. These guys are going to use half their movement to stand up. Let me zoom in on them so I can actually see them. The bear man stands up. This guy stands up. Lieutenant Castillo stands up. Oop, all the way up. There you go, girl. And they're just going to dive towards this tentacle. We'll say these 3 are over here next to Koza. You see Lieutenant Castillo sidle up next to you, Koza, and is like, "All right, big man, we've got you covered." This guy's going to use his movement. How much room has he got? Oh, he's got enough room. He could probably hit it if he goes right here. This guy's going out to sea, or towards out to sea. This guy's going to move away from you, Maven, and towards this tentacle over here. Okay. So once again, whole bunch of attacks. 3 from Anna Castillo. All very low. Terrible, terrible, terrible. One is going to hit, though. Okay, so I can do this now. For a whole 13 points of slashing damage. This guy's gonna... Oh, they're both gonna hit. That's cool. Wow, for 20. This thing has taken a beating. And this guy also has 2 attacks. One's gonna hit, one's gonna miss. He does a good 11 points. The bear's gonna get a spear attack while raging. That's terrible. The next attack, wow, both are gonna miss. Holy crap. I rolled a 2 and a 4. Okay. This guy right here. It's been a while since he threw dynamite. He's gonna light a couple more bundles from under his arm. And you know what? Yeah, screw it. He's throwing him in the water. Baranor, I need a deck save from you, pal. You see these 2 depth charges hit the water and start to sink. And whether he didn't know you were there or doesn't care, it's unclear. It's a mystery as these 2 packages explode next to this thing's head. He's going to make 2 terrible deck saves. All right. That's pretty good, so you're only going to take half of this, bud.
Evasion.
Boom. So you take half. You take none, correct?
Yes.
So this thing just kind of pops near you. You feel this poof, poof, and down where you were reaching, you just see its teeth getting blasted apart. You hear it screech underwater, and it begins to sink slower and lower. I'm going to make another roll for this rope. Oh, not good. The rope snaps. I need Maven. I need everybody on the deck of the ship, including way up there. What you haven't been noticing for the past 20, 30 seconds, the ship has been listing to the right slightly as this thing is sort of slowly pulling it to the right. Well, this rope just snapped, and the ship has lurched to the left. So I need everybody standing on the deck. Koza, Maven, and as well as all my sailors, are going to make dexterity saving throws, please. Oh, everybody but that guy passed. Let's do the bear. He's good. The dynamite guy is good. And that guy is not good. Okay. This guy is prone. How do we do? Koza? Oh, Koza, you're prone again.
I know.
Damn. Where's your sea legs at, bud? 18 is enough to stay up. So Yuna's okay. All right, Koza. You're down again. Sorry.
God damn it.
Yeah. This guy did not. He is on his back. Rockin' to the seas. What is it going to take for me to get rid of this stupid rope? There we go. Boom. Okay. I'm going to say you just barely kept yourself from being flung off that mast crossbeam. Let's see. You are not next yet. This guy's going to go to... He's going to move a little closer. You know what? Screw it. He's going to jump off the ship onto this tentacle. Hold on. I got to move him in the order of things. He's going to jump onto this tentacle with both of his hand axes, and those are going to be his attacks as he sticks into it. One's a natural one. He only sticks in with one. The other one makes it. And it's going to do that much damage to it. 11. So, all right. Krabish, this guy is now dangling from the tentacle from one of his axes. That's going to end my turn as the crew. You are next.
I am just going to, you know what? Let's do something flashy. Let's be cool. Let's be cool. I'm going to cast Disintegrate on this tentacle right here.
Okay. One next to the bear and next to Iona. Go for it.
Oh, hold on. Oh,
It's an AC of 16.
Well, it's got to make a dex save.
Oh, all right. My bad.
AC 18.
Dex of all whole 0. You know what? I'm going to make this publicly. I feel it's appropriate. Plus 0. Not enough. This thing's already been damaged a little bit. What does it have to have? What, under 100?
Let me just double check.
Or no, I think that's power word stun or something.
That's power word kill. So
Yeah.
if this would basically wipe it out, it disintegrates. Otherwise, it just blows a giant fucking chunk out of them.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I will disclose, just so you know, it's got 73 hit points right now. Let's see what you do.
It's 79 points of damage. Is what
All right. Just enough. This thing showed up and just got dismissed immediately. Boink. And incidentally, Baranor, you see this thing open its mouth slightly to scream again. Something happened. All right. Anything else from
That'll be it for me.
Okay. All right. On your turn, Maven is next.
I am indeed next. You didn't tell me if I was fallen over or not.
Oh. What did you get?
13. Okay, I got new dice. I don't
Oh,
want to talk
yeah,
about
you
it.
fell-
I rolled a 2.
You fell over.
I fell down. So
You fell down.
happy. Okay.
That's okay. You'll use half of your 150 billion feet to stand up.
10,000 feet movement. It's only like 65.
Well, now you got 30 like the rest of us.
Yeah, I have a peasant number. Jesus. And then I will just move. Oops, that's the wrong one. Move a little bit closer just so that I have better. Yeah. No, ma'am. Thank you. Excuse me. And then I'll just try to hit it again with a few radiant sun bolts.
Okay.
One is a natural 20. One is 28. And then the last one is 17.
17 does hit.
Okay. So net 20 was first. And so it'll be 15 points of damage. And then 8, so that would be 23. And then 6. So 29 points of damage.
This one by Kravish is really getting walloped. It is sizzling, it is slashed, it is stabbed,
Okay, and then
and it
Sunny
currently has a
sorry.
guy hanging from it.
Sorry.
Yep.
And then Sunny's over here by this tentacle. So there we go. And then he's just gonna take a multi-attack. He's gonna do one bite and then one tail, so that would be 11 plus 10 plus 11. 21 and then 17
Okay.
to hit. Okay, and then so 4 plus 11, so it'll be 15, and then 15, and then 15 and 19, so 34 points of damage. I think I
Okay.
did my math right. And then that'll
Yeah.
be my turn.
Yeah, Sunny's gonna finish this one off. It's going to recoil away and looks like it's gonna slip beneath the waves. But since it's actually leaving his melee, I'll say he gets another attack of opportunity on it.
Any one in particular that I need to use, or can he bite it, or does he need to like claw it or tail it?
I would say anything you want to, whichever attack of his you want to use is fine with me.
18, so 29 to hit,
That hits.
and then 3 plus 14 points of damage.
All right. Yeah, he hit it on the way out. It squealed on the way out, and you don't really know where that sound came from, and it's kind of freaking you out a little bit. But that is a problem for someone else.
Yeah, I think how much movement does he have? There we go. Okay, so he's gonna move on over to the other tentacle if that one has disappeared.
Okay.
I don't think there's any no, it's fine. And he'll
Yeah, he's got a lot of movement.
yeah, he'll be fine. And then he'll just fly over there, and then that's my turn.
Okay. Alrighty. It is the creature's turn, and on his turn, he's going to make a slam attack that's going to affect everybody here. So, the slam attack's going to attack all 4 of them, including Koza. Koza, I'm sorry, this is an advantage, as you are prone. Not to worry, it's only a 25.
Oh, really? Only a 25.
Yeah. And that also hits everybody else that it's aiming for, as it kind of raises itself in the air, goes BAM! Actually, more like BAM! Okay.
Oh my god. So many dice just hit the screen.
I should have done 5. I'm only taking the first 5. 4, 14, 17, 22...
I'm out.
32. 32 points. I thought you had 70.
Yay.
You got...
No, I got 16 points of health.
Okay. You're unconscious again.
Yep.
Boy, oh boy.
But I gave you 70. Did you get hurt again?
I think
Oh,
he
you
was
said,
reading.
did you say 7-0?
7-0.
Oh, I heard 17.
It's a
Okay.
7-level spell. It's 7-level
You
spell.
said how much damage was that?
Well, hold on, because you didn't take any damage when you got knocked prone when the ship lurched. So yeah, you are up from 0 to 70 minus 32.
Okay. That's...
Yes. She was not healing
Okay.
you.
Okay,
She was
okay.
casting heal.
Okay. That makes a lot more sense.
And Baranor, I have to ask,
Wait.
how are you? Are you attached to this thing's face, or are you just swimming in front of it?
I'm kind of swimming along, I don't know, to the side of its face.
Okay, well
Yeah,
then I'm going to give you an
slightly above it.
opportunity. Yeah, I'm going to give you an opportunity of attack, as this thing is going to disappear into the dark.
Oh,
Kravish, Sundancer, this guy hanging from it is going for a ride, as this tentacle is going under the waves.
25,
Okay,
I assume hit for 14 damage.
It does. Everybody who is
So I
touching
get
his
an-
near, you get an opportunity of attack. Koza, being that you were prone, I don't know if you get an opportunity of attack. I think you do, but it's at disadvantage, and it's only a melee attack.
That should have been an advantage because of the Vex property since I hit the last time. 27. Okay.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. So for 14 points.
All right. And it is going to, like I said, disappear. This tentacle is going to disappear. And for a moment, you're out of combat as everything has slipped beneath the waves. Baranor, you are going to have to obviously continue swimming to keep up with the ship.
Well, I'm going to swim to the surface and then fly.
Okay. Let's see. Daunt, let me make a roll for him.
And
Pretty good. He's going to roll some. Let me roll some damage for the submerged, swallowed Daunt.
yeah, you see a absolutely devastated Baranor come out of the waves.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to say the last thing you see as you watch this creature descend into the dark deep of the water, a flash of green blacky energy from inside the cracks of the teeth as this thing's jaws are clenched. But that's it, and then it disappears. I'll say that Baranor, you get to sort of maneuver where it is you want to be. Kravish, everybody gets a turn to use your movement. Ready something that you wish. Do what you want, but only a turn's worth of action. So let's move down the list. Koza, you're currently prone.
I will get up.
Indeed, you will.
Kind of, stretch. Get the sores out.
It's a lot of stretching.
Yeah.
This guy is also not prone anymore. And that guy was with that tentacle when it slipped under the waves, so he is also not there anymore. This dude, R.I.P. It's that sailor guy. Your moonbeam is over an What's that?
Maybe he could like let go of the axe when he hits the water.
Well, he seemingly didn't. For whatever reason, he followed it down. Koza, your moonbeam is now currently over an empty spot of water. Do you want to move it? Do you want to leave it where it is? I'm going to say that it's fine to have it traveling with the ship in that space.
I think I'm going to move it closer to the ship, like right here.
Okay. Gotcha.
And just have
that goes for everybody's spiritual weapons that are about. Alrighty.
I'm going to try one more turn. Oh, I'm sorry. You didn't get to me. My apologies.
That's okay. Iona, you're up next. You're at the front of the ship next to Maven. Your spiritual weapon is also now hovering over an empty patch of ocean.
I am going to go 15 feet here. I've got 30 feet of hempen rope, so I'm going, or maybe even more than that. I feel like I've got potentially even more rope than that. I'm going to tie one end to my belt and one end to the mast. I'm not going overboard. And then I am going to walk back up here, now tethered to the mast. And then I'm going to move my spiritual weapon here in my bonus action.
Why don't we have... I need a dexterous throw from you. Let's have you throw acrobatics just to see how nimble your hands can be in this moment of time where you are quick thinking to lash yourself to the ship. Let's see how well your not making skills are. I don't believe you're proficient in knot tying or anything like that, correct?
No. Can I guidance myself? Because I would probably care about doing it well. Okay, let's see. Okay, for a 25.
Yeah, good enough. Big old granny knot on there.
Yeah, I've got myself attached.
For better or worse. All right.
Yeah, well, I hope if it grabs me, it will at least slow things down.
Would you like to move your spiritual weapon? I'll give you that opportunity as well.
Yeah, I did. Not much, but I did.
Okay, all right. Okay, Baranor. For what it's worth, it's your turn. You do sort of see Anna Castillo shifting. It looks like she's sort of like ordering her men around. Her men, it looks like they're spreading out and taking to task certain things around the ship.
All right. First thing I'd like to do is take out my spyglass, and I'm going to be searching the waters behind the ship and to the, starboard side.
Yeah.
Just kind of seeing if I spot anything in the water,
Which is the right side of the ship.
Yes.
To save myself from last time.
Dive in and
because port and left have the same amount of letters.
Yes, we went over this last time, to my chagrin.
Now you're good. So I'm just searching for anything, and would that count as an action to do that?
No, you're just kind of looking around.
Okay.
I'll let you do something else on your turn. You're not technically in combat. I'm just giving everybody a little bit of time.
Okay. If I remember correctly, Daunt gave up 2 of his rings, but he still had a third, correct?
Yes, he did. It was his cameo ring, not Casio ring.
Yeah. Okay. So his cameo ring. I've seen this ring. I know what it looks like. I'm going to cast Locate Object.
All right, and that's 1,000-foot range, right?
Yes, it is.
All right, you feel a deep ping somewhere at the front, but not directly in the front of the ship. and somewhere deep. Not exactly clear on how deep.
Okay.
Yeah. So you don't feel anything at the back of the ship.
Okay, I can keep this up for 10 minutes, so I can't kind of keep track of where the creature is. Or where at least Daunt is. At least his ring is,
Right.
at least.
Yeah.
So it would be somewhere up here?
Yeah. Top of the map for sure. I'll have you concentrating on that. Let's make that happen.
Yep. And I'll make,
Incidentally, Iona,
make
you're
my way.
also concentrating.
I'll make my way slowly up the side of the ship, kind of keeping an eye on that.
Okay.
Again, searching with the spyglass as I go.
I guess that's you concentrating.
Sure.
Iona, I need to make sure you're concentrating shown too. There we go. It's not really exactly what I want, but they'll have to do. Okay. Krabish, you are in flight. How long does that last?
10 minutes.
Okay, you're
I
good
got plenty
then.
of time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go up there. It's a stab in the dark, but I am going to try to punch down with the Bigby's hand one more time to see if I can, connect with the creature.
Okay. Yeah, I would guess because you're above water, you're sort of... So just make an attack at disadvantage.
Right. So that first one is a 9. Doesn't matter for the second roll. It's even worse. So yeah, didn't make any connection.
Wah, wah. So sorry,
Yeah.
so sorry.
Yep. So after this, I'm going to go ahead and dismiss it.
Okay. Is Bigby's hand concentration as well?
It is.
Okay, I should have denoted that. But you made it go away. Okay. The crew, let's see here. You know what? Koza, Lieutenant Castillo is going to continue shouting orders to her crewmates. Bind the lashing, ready the cannons. You see a couple of them sort of swing where these cannons are and start a ready shot just in case. She's going to sidle up to you and she's going to give you a look once over and say, "How are you doing, big man?"
I think I'm doing all right. I'm a little banged up, but just waiting for it to come back.
Well, she's going to grab what looks like some sort of a medical device from a pouch on her hip, sort of a satchel, and she says, "Here, maybe this will give you a pep in your step." And she's going to slam a syringed needle into your hip. This is not something you're accustomed to, and I'll say for the moment, you think she's attacking you because it hurts a little.
Oh, she.
But very quickly, you realize that she's going to heal you for 13 points of healing.
Yay! Okay, so that's... Okay. Awesome.
Yeah. All these other dudes are going to kind of like I said, sort of spread out amongst the ship and get things ready. I'm going to have this guy over here and this guy over here. Ready a cannon shot. All right. That's going to end my turn as the crew. You're up.
Yuno's just gonna do nothing. I'm just gonna hang out, kind of where I'm at, keeping an eye out for anything that pops up, in the water.
Alrighty. Yep.
I'm gonna hold a firebolt just in case anything, comes roaring out of the water. But
Okay.
that's where I'm at.
All right, you're ready in a firebolt. Just give me a perception check, since you're kind of scanning the edge of the ship. You're at a high enough vantage point where you can do that. Front of the ship is a little obscured by the sails, but the sides and the back, no problem.
19.
19. All right, yeah, you're able to kind of keep an eye on at least the back half of the ship on all sides. The front of the ship is where Maven is at, and you are next.
I am. Okay. So I'm gonna have Sunny just go over here. Then it's like this is so good. So I'm gonna go over to the other side just so that there's more coverage all over for when it comes back.
Okay.
And that's it.
That's it. All right. And as on cue, those of you at the edges of the ship, you notice after silence, after probably 10-15 seconds of silence where everyone's looking around, a crash of waves on either end of the ship, pretty much surrounded on all sides. You see tentacles erupt from the sea and grab hold of the side of the ship. One here, one here, right where you guys are at. Another one up here. Another one up here. And at the front of the ship, emerging from the waves, you see the creature clamp its jaws, clump onto the front of the ship. As it begins to, you know what, just because it's funny, I'm going to do this. Nope. Oh, let me animate the jaws for Pete's sake. Okay. Let's put the jaws way down here because it's funny. It's biting the whole damn ship. Actually, let's turn this one a little bit. And it is super, super beat up. But it's going to jog on. Oh, come on. I really hate Roll20. It won't let me grab it. Let me grab it, please. Killing my momentum, you stupid freaking website. Okay, there. Good enough. Jesus. Okay. Kravish.
Yo.
It's going to attack you with one of its tentacles that's right up next to you. This thing just emerges out of the water and clamps its jaws on the front of the ship. It's going to swing one of its tentacles right at you. For a 22.
That hits.
That hits. It strikes you for 37 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, that hurt.
And one of its serrated suckers rakes across you, so you're also going to get hit for 7 points of slashing damage.
That hurt too.
Yeah. Maven, it's coming after you too.
Okay.
One for Maven is a 23.
That'll hit.
Okay. This one catches you with the top of it. It just sort of flops down on top of you. So you're not going to get caught by its serrations, but that's still 22 points of damage. It's going to hit every one of these crew members, so let's do this. 1, 2... That's another 23. That's a 17, and that's a natural 1. So only one of these hit. The bear barbarian. And it's going to do 21 points of damage to this barbarian, which isn't a whole lot to a bear. And who else? Sunny's getting hit. Koza's getting hit.
Okay.
Everyone's getting hit.
Everybody's
Paranor is getting hit. Surprisingly, it misses you, but it almost hit the top of the mast where you're standing. So you got off lucky. Okay, let's go with Sunny. Sunny is that's a 24 for Sunny. A 29 for Koza and a dirty 20 for Baranor. All right.
The attack
Sunny.
is a dirty 20?
Yes.
Well, that'll miss Baranor.
All right.
Sunny.
So that's a 23 for Sunny.
Okay.
Koza, that's going to be 19 against you, bud. And that is it. And let me see here. What else can it do? It is too far away for a bite attack. You know what? It's going to use Lightning Storm, but it's going to use a slightly nerfed version of it. Yeah, so let's roll a d6 and see who gets hit with it. And we'll just go down the turn order list on who this is going to be, starting with... No, Daunt would be out, so I guess anything but a 1 and it hits somebody. Koza! Oh, sorry, bud.
Yeah.
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, Jesus. We know I'm afraid it goes.
Wow, this thing is just walloping you.
Oh, come on. That was almost a natural 20.
I hate it when that happens.
It could have been so cool.
You watch the dice kind of cock, you think it's going to succeed, and then blang, 4.
Yeah.
Walker.
I swear I could hear it laugh at me as it tilted back.
Well, as it laughs, a little dark cloud forms over your head, just enough time to hit you right in the head with a bolt of lightning for 15 lightning damage. But that ends my turn. And as this thing kind of grips the side of the ship, you all sort of see its eyes sort of like open wide for a moment, and a burst of green and black smoke erupts from between its teeth. As from its jaws rise a flying Daunt, his hands wreathed in green and black like fire and smoke and energy. His head now completely covered by a green skull mask that sort of drips with black smoke. He rises up out of this thing's engorged mouth and lands on the deck right between Maven and Iona. He looks at you both, and he kind of looks at you, and that skull mask just sort of dissolves away into his eyes that remain those glowing gold in color. And he just kind of blinks a couple times and says, "Well, hello, ladies. It's good to see you."
Yeah. I know somebody that's very happy you're still alive. I don't know where he is, but he's going to be happy you're here.
And he looks like he just expelled something, so he's gonna kind of shake the wet, oily, greasy ichor off of his sleeves, and he's gonna ready himself for another attack. That's gonna end his turn. Pretty significant amount of damage on his way out, but it is Koza's turn.
All right, I am dispelling my moonbeam. And I'm casting a 4th level Call Lightning instead.
Alrighty.
So I'm going to need. Let me see. If I cast it right on his eyeball right here, it says each creature within 5 feet of that point has to make a dex save.
Okay, it is one creature.
So I would say I just need a dex save from him.
No problem. Dex of 0. A dex of 0. Let me roll this on 20.
I swear. Yes!
That's a 12.
Okay.
Or
so
0. No, that's a
another...
2. That's a straight 2.
Alright, so that's 4d10 lightning damage right on his eye. Kaboom!
Bam. I'm going to say that's enough to close his damn eye. Shit, you burst it. His eye gets kind of like popped like a balloon.
I hit him with a bolt of lightning.
Bam! Ow!
Yeah.
Which eyeball exploded?
This one right here. It exploded.
Ew,
It just kind of sprayed everybody with like white fluid all over the place. Yeah, I'm gonna say that. Definitely Maven and Daunt are probably hit by a spray of eye juice. I think Iona's a little far away for it, but Maven, you got it worse.
Oh, great.
I'm sorry.
Alright.
Alright, Goza.
If I move to here, is that moving out of his tentacles melee range?
Oh, yeah. And
alright,
and
then I'm
this
just
one.
gonna move my spiritual weapon right here and attack it.
Okay. Wait, did you mean move you or move it?
I'm moving my spiritual weapon.
Yeah, you don't. Your spiritual weapon doesn't try to attack your spiritual weapon as an opportunity of attack. It only attacks creatures. Kind of like a spiritual weapon can't also then perform an opportunity of attack.
It says as a bonus action, I can repeat the move. I can repeat the attack against a creature when I move it.
Okay. I don't know what you mean by that. Repeat what attack?
I'm assuming that means I get another attack, since it's the same creature.
Yeah, but I think that means once you summon it. You know what I mean? Here, let me
It says as a bonus action on your turn, you can move the weapon up to 20 feet and repeat the attack against a creature within 5 feet of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can move and attack it on a turn
Yeah.
as a bonus action with a spiritual weapon.
Yes, you get to both move and attack with your spiritual weapon.
So that's this is +3. Come on!
Damn.
Another one.
Well, never mind, I guess.
This thing's slippery.
Oh my god. I have a proper desk now, so I should start rolling physical dice. I'm getting kind of
Yeah,
tired.
because at least you can put those in jail.
Okay, how do you put digital dice in jail?
Roll them out the window.
Yeah.
Or throw your laptop out the window.
Iona, I am going to roll a whiz save because I totally forgot to do that when this thing emerged. A whiz save against 2 of its tentacles and its body itself. Koza, did you want to do anything else to end your turn?
Nope, I can't do anything else.
All right, that is an unnatural 20 on its wisdom save for its tentacle. Its other tentacle got a natural 1, and its body itself got a 23.
Okay, well, a 9 for when it moved into and when it came up, but if Koza's turn is done, then I'll do it again for my turn.
Okay.
So this is just my turn starting, so that's a 13. So another set of whiz saves. Do you want to do those, or do you want me to?
As far as what did you say?
Oh, sorry. I thought that you were doing wisdom saves for it moving into my range. So then I was going to say if my turn has started now, then I'm doing that damage for the damage on my turn.
Yep. I got it. I got the first 2. You need to roll another one though because it's got a third tentacle right here in range of it.
Oh right, sorry. I thought we were doing all of them on one. But yeah. Okay. Yep. Again.
Okay. Good deal. It only passed 1. It's one of its tentacles passed, but the other 2 failed. They take full. And it's your turn.
Okay, right. So I'll do another 3 of the Spirit Guardian now that it's 17, 11 in whichever order.
Wow. The body got a natural 20 on its whiz. The other two both got double 18, so they're all going to take half of whatever.
It's feeling very wise, but in spite of the fact that this thing has insane constitution, I am going to hit its body dead on with, and given it probably has insane constitution, this may be a terrible idea, but I'm going to hit it with Blight at 8th level, which is going to be 12d8 damage for con save.
You get 8th level spells, huh?
I've got 1.
Damn.
So, con save.
Blight on a con save, 8th level. I'm scared. It's got a +7 in its con, just saying.
Yeah, I
So
know.
I'll roll this
It's
outside.
a terrible idea, but half damage is still half damage, you know?
Yep. Well, good luck. Here we go. That's a 9.
Yeah, okay, so
Wow.
12d8, so could have been more, but that's 44 points of damage.
Okay. 44 points of damage on this thing is huge. You see, because you have to touch, right?
It's. I don't think I actually have to touch it. Light is just within 30.
A
within
point
30
that you can see.
Yeah, a point that I can see within 30 feet. So.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Huge. So wherever you centered that, you see its skin dry out, which is funny because the rest of it is rather slimy and wet and saturated. Its main body between its eyes starts to dry out and crackle. Its teeth start to loosen and crack. Yep.
Okay, and then for my bonus action, I am driving my spiritual weapon right at its other remaining front eye. Okay, I'm guessing a 12 doesn't hit.
A 12 doesn't hit, but only because as your blight sort of affected this thing and really wretched it, it kind of recoiled slightly, and in doing so, it squinted, so its eyes closed. And when your spiritual weapon went to strike it, it sort of glanced off of its now drying, hardened eyelid. It kind of screeches and squeals as it recoils.
Okay, and that is my turn.
That is your turn. Well, on the end of your turn, before Baranor's, it's going to perform a legendary action. It is definitely going to swat at you and hit all three of you. Dawn and Maven, I need the three of you to make dexterity saving throws as this thing comes up and just swipes at you. I believe the attack is properly called a fling. It uses a tentacle fling and slaps at you. Hey now. Let me roll for Daunt. Daunt's dexterity is not so great. He's going to get caught by this, and he's going to get slapped all the way across the deck and hit the edge of the deck hard, and you see the railing crack outwards. He doesn't get blasted overboard, but he gets slammed into the side of the ship. You can hear the railing crack and buckle. Maybe those were some of his ribs. Let me do a little bit of measuring where he was. Yeah, that's 15 feet. Let's do some bludgeoning damage as he hits with a thud. Daunt's going to take 7 points of bludgeoning damage, rolled pretty low, but he is definitely prone. The rest of you are going to take half of this. Come on. Why can't I just grab it? Okay. So for his slam... Okay, sorry, there we go. Daunt is going to take 29 points of slam bludgeoning damage. The rest of you are going to take 14. 14 points of bludgeoning damage. Those with evasion take nothing. So I believe, Maven, that's you.
Yes.
And Baranor, you may now act on your turn with Kravish on deck.
Okay. Baranor is going to fly up here, which is 30 feet. And he's going to both of the Sidrolite daggers out. And he's gonna, what?
Point of order, sorry. Iona, I need you to make a con save for your concentration.
Oh, okay.
And all you got to do is get a 10.
I'm fine.
Okay, you're good. You're good. Sorry about that. Got to remember to roll con when you guys take higher than 10 damage on any attack that you're concentrating on. Your attack, sir, is a 17. We'll hit them.
All right. I should have done it before, but I'll Hunter's Mark the after this. So that's 14 damage. Second attack. That I assume hits. Another 14 points plus Hunter's Mark 2. So 28 so far. 30 total so far. And then my offhand, which is next to the Nick property, is part of my attack. 15?
15 does not hit.
Yeah, I figured. Okay.
So sorry.
30 points of damage to that tentacle.
All right. That tentacle is fresh, but not looking great, as you just kind of, like I said, bifurcate its flesh with these cool daggers you've got.
It's also Hunter's Marked. I don't know if it's the whole creature that gets Hunter's Marked or just the tentacle.
I'll count it for the whole creature. What the hell? It's my kraken.
Okay, that's my turn.
Okay.
Although you do see a very relieved look on Baranor's face as he sees Daunt while still down and in pain.
Yeah,
he's on the deck.
Yeah, he's not out, but he's grasping his ribs, and he's just like, oh, he took a hell of a hit.
He's still better than how I last saw him, so.
All right, Kravish, you're up.
I am up. All right. So, I'm right there, so we are going to stabby. He hit on his last hit, so I get advantage on this one because of the Vet's property. So, first attack. 16.
16 is what you needed. If you guys haven't figured out, AC is 16.
Good. For 11 points of damage.
11 points? That's not quite enough to, pierce its eye and pop it like a zit, but, yeah, you stab it right in its eyelid for sure.
In the eye. Ow!
Yeah.
Next attack. 22. So here's the base attack. Ooh, that's better. 18 points of damage.
Oh, damn. Now we're talking.
And because I'm feeling spicy, I am going to burn a Divine Smite. I'm going to put a 3rd level Divine Smite in on that for my bonus action.
Okay.
To give an additional 16 points of radiant damage.
Whoa.
So that's 34 points total.
All right. That's probably enough to make it shut its eye for sure. So now it is blinded in 2 eyes. I mean, that's a lot of damage at once. Just hovering around it like a wasp. Okay.
Blinded by the light.
You sticking around there?
Now that he's blind, he really can't see all that well, so...
Well, he's got 4 eyes. He's not blind. He's just blinded in 2 of his eyes.
Right. Good. dagger. Okay. That ends my turn.
All right. We'll start with Lieutenant Castillo. She's going to stab at this tentacle 3 times with her cutlass. 1, 2, 3. All are real good rolls. 21, a 19, and a 23. Let's do it. Let's do some damage. And while that's calculating, I'll do the other 2. Not so great. Only one of those hit. All right. That guy's going to do 8. This guy's got to move, but he's going to move. These guys are going to tag team. That's 4 attacks between the 2 of them. I don't have another... There we go. Okay. That's not good. That's good. That's not good. That's pretty good. Only 2 of these hit. So let's do this for them. Bear guy's going to attack. He's going to do pretty good on that attack. Let's do it again. And another hit. Bear guy is gonna... Oops. That's gonna be plus 20, not plus 19. So the 35. Okay. And you know what? The dynamite guy is on the field still, and he's gonna move over behind Iona. And he's going to throw 2 packs of lit dynamite right into this thing's open mouth, where you can his mouth is kind of gripping the ship, but you can kind of see into his gullet a little bit. He's going to try to throw... Let's make it fun and have him try. Yeah, he's going to hit them both in there. Ba-boom. No, not negative. He's going to do 31 points of fire damage inside this thing's mouth. That is going to end all of my turns. You're up with Maven on deck.
Okay, I am going to cast B. Dazim's Horrid Wilting. So it draws all the moisture from creatures in a 30-foot cube based on where I center it. Plants, water elementals, and okay, so constructs and undead aren't affected. Plants and water elementals have disadvantage. Needs to make a con save. DC 18.
All right. This is not a creature that would befall that. But let's see. 24.
So it's going to take half. So let's see what.
Gotta love the AoE damage.
Stop. Sorry, Roll20 made a stupid update. Or D&D Beyond made a stupid update, and now stuff won't click.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing.
Stop. Why will you not? Hold, please.
Holding.
Cast, that's why. Okay. 62 is full.
Damn. So that would be 31. Got it.
And just see.
What level spell is that anyway?
8.
Woohoo! We are digging
You guys
deep
are
into the
breaking out the-
playbook.
Yeah.
And it's gonna start to dry up. It's literally pulling all the moisture out of it.
Horrid wilting.
Okay.
That'll end my turn.
I'm just reading it. I wouldn't say it's drying up, as this is a gargantuan creature, but it is definitely, like Blight, further drying out its face for sure. It's you're aging it, aging it up. All right, Maven, you are next.
Okay, so I'm just gonna beat up the tentacle I'm standing on. Okay, that's all I'm really gonna do.
It's kind of gripping the ship, and like it's looks like it's ready to wriggle towards you. So you're not standing on it, but you're right next to it.
Okie dokie. Sounds good. So another natural 20. I'm using all of them up for the
damn.
year already.
Making up for the rest of us.
Yeah. Well, it's March. Why not?
19 and 26. I'm going to spend a key point and do 4. 5. So 20, 19, 26, 27, 25. They all hit.
25. Damn. Hit it.
Okay. So that'd be 7 plus 14 plus 6 is 20.
Okay.
5. Okay. 28, 38, 58, 66 points of damage.
Holy shit.
How many points of damage?
66.
Mother fucker.
And that was just a sunburst, or your first attack?
That was all of that was my 5 attacks.
Okay, it's just a tentacle. It's just a tentacle. But how do you want to do this?
Yeah, he beat the shit out of that thing.
I just wanted to like slowly turn more like purpley gray and then kind of slither sadly flaccid into the water.
Yeah, you're kind of like, it starts out as, they're these like wet, bulging sacks of, flesh and dripping with slime. And as you punch it, it just kind of explodes with that white Icarus crap all over your hands. It's very sticky. You don't mind. Yeah, you're already covered in it. And you just kind of like, just kind of your eyes closed, just kind of at this point screaming as you pummel it once after another until you realize that like 2 punches ago, you had already severed the tip of the tentacle off, and now you're just packing, wet punches into the boards of the ship as this tentacle has slid off, now missing the front of its digit into the water. Bleh.
God, I hate this thing. And then, so, can I just like run and jump on this thing's face?
Uh-huh.
Okay,
definitely do
that's
that.
what I'm gonna do.
That's not hard.
Just whoop, right there.
Phrasing.
I mean, it's
What?
really squishy, so it's not really that hard.
It smells like fish.
Kind of flaccid, actually.
It's very
You're-
at this point.
I mean, you're landing on the bit
Gooey.
that Iona dried out as well, so it probably smells weird.
Oh,
Smells really bad.
Yeah. Smells like the harbor and old, dead, rotting fish.
I hate it so much.
something
Not
about
pleasant.
Something about a joke
Okay.
about blind men walking past a fish market.
And then Sonny's gonna take his turn with a multi-attack. It would be 19 plus 11 is 30. And then 9 plus 11 is going to be 20. So 1d. So that would be 16 and 13, so 29 points of damage.
All right. Shredding up another tentacle. And not for nothing, but it looks like Sunny recognizes one of these tear marks in the tentacle's flesh. Maybe it's a tentacle that he already hit.
He's very excited.
Yeah. Gets a new chew toy.
Yep.
Okay.
And that's it.
That's it. All right. Well, all this violence on this thing as it has emerged from the water, this thing is going a little apeshit with its tentacles. It's going to kind of whip them around and try to hit everybody. And at this point, you are definitely in range. I need everybody on the deck except for Iona and Daunt, and incidentally, the Dynamite Man. Everybody else needs to make a dexterity saving throw, please. Maven, you're also excluded. You're on its face. And Karish.
And me.
Yeah.
I would guess Sunny is also excluded since he's flying over
Yes.
it, or is he? Okay.
No, he's within melee. He's got to make one
Okay.
too.
Gotcha.
I'm going to roll for my crew. Anna got a natural 19. She did okay. He did okay. He did okay.
Baranor is also airborne, so you still roll.
Yeah, you're within range, though. These things are whipping all over the place. They got like 15, 20 foot reach.
Okay, what am I rolling? Dex save?
Dex save. I need one from Koza as well. You're good. The DC is a 17, folks. That guy fails. The bear guy is okay.
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
All
I'm
right.
gonna throw my computer in the garbage.
You need to just start rolling actual dice. That way you can cleanse.
Yeah, you know what? Give me 5 minutes. let me go get my dice.
I'm keeping it. Sorry, man. That's another natural one that I just can't say no to it.
Oh, I mean, damn.
All right, this guy is prone. Let me grab it. Thank God. Koza, you are also prone, right next to your spiritual weapon. How about that? Okay, full damage for those that failed their save is going to be 25 points of bludgeoning damage and 12 on a pass. If you have evasion, you are good.
I am out once again.
All right.
What is this,
God,
third time
Koza.
today?
Jesus
Christ.
Well, Iona, you are not out of the woods just yet. It is going to, with its mouth, open up and lunge at you and perform a bite. Let me just see how that
I have a
works.
feeling. I wondered if I wondered.
This one's crazy. This is
Okay, for some reason it's moving both my spiritual weapon and Koza.
oh. I would say if you're unconscious, your spiritual weapon's gone.
Yeah.
But it's not a concentration thing.
It
It's
is
a weapon though. It
concentration.
just sort of hangs around.
I have to recast Call Lightning too.
We'll just get it. Get rid of it. Okay. So it's going to bite at you, Iona, for a 26.
Yeah, that will hit.
All right. Where the hell did my tab go? There it is. All right. It's going to, as it goes to bite at you, you see Daunt. He's going to use his reaction. Okay. And it would have hit you for 26 and done 13 points of piercing damage. But at the last second, you see Daunt sort of sit up on his haunches. His eyes grow wide, and he reaches in your direction, and his hand grows large and green and skeletal, and he twists his grip around like he's turning a lock. And all of a sudden, you see the very briefing start of him getting sucked into a gravitational space, around his chest, and then you feel yourself being tightened. And all of a sudden, you pop out of that little moment, and you are sitting where he was sitting, and he is sitting where you are sitting. The creature bites down, and he takes 13 points of slashing damage. He also goes down.
Oh my god! I'm playing somebody with healing powers next time we play a game, okay? I need y'all to know this.
And as he kind of you see those teeth sink into his gut, it looks like he's about to be bitten in half. All of you need to make an intelligence saving throw.
Fabulous.
Everybody on the map. No, you are out. You're done.
Dead.
You're unconscious, buddy.
Intelligence. Okay. Let this be good. Okay, 21.
You have to beat a dirty 20.
Woo! Okay, so what about Sunny? Does Sunny have to make an intelligence saving throw?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Fabulous. My eye is not twitching at all.
What did Yuno get? I don't have one from Yuno yet. An intelligence saving throw. Perish the thought that he fails at this one.
That's going to be a 27.
A 27? All right, that's a pass. Okay. Sundancer, Iona, Baranor. Did I get one from Kravish?
18.
18. Sorry, I see it. Okay, so yes, only those 3 are going to take 8 points of psychic damage. Everyone else takes 4. As you're all hit with a blast of psychic radiation and energy that originates back here. And stepping on the field with a clip-clop, the peg-legged captain of the Kestrel emerges from the rear of the ship. And all of you now hear, audibly in your heads, "Easy, cousin. Easy." And he floats towards the front of the ship. "Peace, cousin. Peace be upon you. Harass us no longer." He floats closer to the front. And I'm going to say on his way, he's got his sword above his head. On his way to the front of the ship, he's just going to casually pass just a healing word spell onto Koza, although it doesn't feel like magic to you. It's almost like it's healing and just bringing you to consciousness without actually healing your body. So you come to consciousness, but you are at 0 hit points. And really not feeling well at all. He's going to make his way all the way to the front of the ship, or the bow. And you see him kind of get closer to the Kraken. He's going to stand over his crew and over Daunt right next to Iona and get close to him, and you see him raise his clawed, purple-fingered hand. He closes his one silver eye, and a little glow emerges from under his eyelid. And again, you hear in your head, "Peace, cousin. Peace. Go. Leave us be, lest I rend you from your mortal coil." The Kraken stares at him with his 2 burning eyes that can still see. You hear it squeal and hiss. The captain moves closer. "Leave us be, and tarry us no longer. This be my ship, not yours, to sink to the depths." And I'm going to have Captain Book make an intimidation check, and he gets a natural 20 outfitting. You're all hit with another wave of psychic energy, not damaging this time, but you can feel him directing this mental attack towards the Kraken, and you are all just collateral damage. But you can feel whatever he's focusing into this thing. It's burring a hole in his brain like a drill. Until finally you hear this creature and unlatch its jaws from around poor Daunt, and the ship itself detach from the front of the bow, give one last and begin to slip under the waves. The tentacles about the ship releasing their grip from the side, slipping into the waves themselves. And the Kraken dips under the depths and disappears from view.
Can I do some dope monk shit before I go underwater?
Yeah. Give me a cool, dope monk shit acrobatics check.
That's a natural 20 for 30.
Can't you
Nice.
What's up? I
Can't
can
you
run on water.
Now
but
we
I have
start
to
rolling at
continue.
the 20s.
I have to continue. That's my fourth one of the day. I'm never gonna roll this many ever again. I've used all of them for the year. Yeah, I can run on water as long as I keep running. So if I just ran all the way to land, which I don't know how far away that is.
Yeah, a squad
Technically.
A squad of monk pirates don't need a ship.
No shit. They just run from all the way to wherever their destination is.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of how far you have to go, as this creature dips under the waves, Captain Edward Book sheathes his sword, staring at where the creature was. And Maven and Iona, and now Daunt, who is also being given aid by the captain, who doesn't look down at him, just waves his hands, and all of a sudden Daunt's eyes open wide, and they are pitch black until that blackness cloud kind of washes away and reveals those golden eyes once again, and he kind of blinks and he sort of sits up. And Maven, Kravish, at this point, I'm sure you're close enough to hear this, where the captain just sort of stares at the sea where the kraken was and says, "Well, that certainly was strange."
Strange?
You have a gift for understatement, sir.
Aye, strange. Never seen one so young, this close to land. Something must have spooked it up from the deep.
Hold up, you said young?
And that's where we're going to take a break.
Oh my god.
This was a young
Oh,
one?
yeah.
This is a baby?
All
Okay.
right.
That's just
Okay.
an adolescent, you know.
All is forgiven now, right, Steph?
Yeah. This is the
Yeah,
baby.
All babies are cute
Okay.
and deserving of love.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Wow. Good job. You guys, I really buffed this thing's hit points. You guys still almost killed it. For sure.
Good.
For sure. That was a good job. Awesome. All right.
job,
We're
dude.
gonna
Good
call it 4:15. We'll take a tight 15 and come back at 4:30. And let's wrap up this journey at sea, folks, and get y'all on dry land.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Can I get a bath?
All right. Yes, absolutely. You can get a bath at the military outpost on a tropical island.
She's going to do that in any way she can.
All right, well, let's see what that outpost is like after the break, folks, okay?
All right, see you in a few.
See ya.
See ya.
All right. You all, at this moment, stand at the bow of the ship, having just battled a seemingly infant kraken, although it looked plenty big enough to be an adult to you. The captain had come from his cabin, emerged finally, and aided you all by somehow communicating with this creature in a way to almost insinuate some kinship, and beckoned it away. The creature, intimidated by the captain's presence enough that it released all of its captives, released its grip of the ship, and slipped beneath the waves to lick its many wounds bestowed upon it by all of you. As battered as you all were, you gave it as good as you got. And now here he stands between all of you, staring forward at the island of Baraxos. there she be. All right, Lieutenant Castillo, ready the port entry. Bring out the long ladders. Get the gangway. Let us see these passengers safely, finally, to land. And he all kind of turns and faces all of you, and with a sweep of he's got kind of a long coat. He begins to pass all of you, giving each of you a respectful nod as he has his hand on his sword pommel and just kind of his peg leg clicking and his boot clopping his way through the ship towards the back.
Hey, is Dawn still at 0 HP? I mean, I get that he's awake, but is he still at 0?
I'm gonna say that he kind of, as you all were saved, he kind of had a relief, and he just sort of like collapsed back down on the ground. He has literally huge stab wounds in his abdomen where this thing bit into him.
Okay,
So he is once again
mechanically-
unconscious.
Mechanically, is he at 0? Okay.
Yeah, he is.
I'm going to cure wounds him just at first level to get him awake. So I'm guessing we're probably going to short rest, but I'm just going to make sure he's stabilized. And because he's at 0, I get the Grave Domain perk of getting full health back. So he's going to be awake for 13 HP.
Okay. He once again opens his eyes, and they are black pools of inky darkness until they sort of like the ink clears from the edges of his eyes until they're golden once again. Bloody. Can we not fall unconscious for 5 minutes? As he looks like he kind of sits forward talking to himself. The first thing he sees when he brings his head up, Iona, is you. And he just kind of like, he's propping himself up on one elbow. Oh, you brought me back again.
I couldn't leave you lying there on the
And he looks like he's gonna sit up, and he's kind of struggling to kind of bring himself to his feet.
Yeah, I'll help him up. Iona is clearly pretty relieved, just because part of it was, if he goes in that mouth, is he gonna come out again? I mean, the various members of the Crown Collectors have been in and out of various mouths of various things in various locations, but it's still a little boring.
Crazy.
And your 13 points, you said, correct? 13 points of healing?
Yeah, just to get him to come around, because that way we may short rest, which would mean burning something bigger is
sure.
pointless. Just to get him
so
on.
you see those abdomen wounds, which are deep and heavily bleeding. As you weave that magic that kind of spirals green and glowing from your fingertips into his abdomen, those wounds start to stitch themselves like wax melting into itself. And it's not too long before he grabs your wrist and you help pull him up. He finds the strength under his legs, and as he kind of meets eyes with you, that handshake turns into an embrace. He grabs you around the shoulders and he's like, oh, "Thank you, Iona. Thank you. You've once again saved me from the brink of darkness." And he just kind of shaky on his feet a little. He withdraws from your embrace, and he turns and he finds the others. Kravish, he just kind of pats his hand on your shoulder, and he's like, "Good to see you too, Captain, eh?"
Damn, son, save some swag for the rest of us.
And he's going to swing wide and catch eyes with you, Baranor, from at this point across the ship, but you're pretty close to everyone now.
Yeah, I'm pretty
And he just kind of you watch him just kind of regard the island before you. As you can all see, the crew, many more people from the crew have joined you. As I was just talking to Noah, this was a quick battle. It was only maybe 10 or 15 seconds, so it definitely took some time for the crew to react to all of this. And as more of the crew emerge from the barracks below and from wherever else they were, they begin repairing the ship instantly, as you saw them do after the pirate battle. They begin kind of chipping away blasted parts of the ship and replacing it with brand new boards that were below. They begin readying the sails and the rigging for docking as you now grow closer and closer to the Morab Islands to your west. So at this moment, you all definitely have what looks like probably, I don't know, between 10 to 20 minutes before it looks like you guys will make land. You guys are moving now. They opened up the sails again, kind of get you guys moving. I mean, you guys had a sea battle. Let's get the freaking show on the road. It seems to be the mentality around here. So for the next half hour, I will allow you all to count that as a short rest. We can do that. We can squeeze that into a half hour or so. Oh my God, what is everyone doing?
Rolling hit dice.
Well, let's talk about it. What is everyone doing? Do you all stay above deck? Daunt is going to... I'm going to make another note. As Daunt stood up and you saw him wince in pain after it looks like 13 isn't going to cut it for him to feel comfortable. So you watch him... his eyes glow green and black smoke drip from kind of his silhouette. And those wounds further stitch themselves, and you actually see his clothes now ripped and torn. His whole body, his whole visage kind of warps this wave of neutral white skin color, like a stripe of it kind of washes across his whole body. And in that band of white skin, whenever it crosses his eyes turn bright white, and he loses the features of his face. He becomes noseless, just a small slit for a mouth, as it waves across his face and across his shoulders. And you watch his clothes all become perfectly fitting and clean, and you watch as his skin pulls tighter and his hair pulls tighter. Everything gets kind of cleaned up and tightened up. And it looks like we just lost Baranor. That's too bad. Sorry, buddy. So you watch as he flexes his changeling ability and kind of waves it across the surface of his skin to kind of reset his image that he puts out to the world. And he just kind of shakes his head a little, cracks his neck and cracks his knuckles, and just kind of looks over all of you a little bit and says, well, I can't say I'm 100%, but definitely feeling better, mostly thanks to you lot. And Iona, he's going to kind of put his hand on your shoulder one more time, give you a very meaningful nod, and squeezes your shoulder a little, and then he's going to turn and kind of walk along, and he actually picks up a crate along with a guy, it looks like, who's struggling with it. And he's going to kind of help the crew and stuff and sort of occupy himself that way. What's everybody else doing?
I'm going to go below deck and start getting my things together.
I'm gonna go as well and change.
Aha. All right. Well, folks, let's talk about that, shall we? It is. What I want to change into. Yeah, it is. If you got a picture, post it. Put it in session. If it is hot right now, I'm gonna say this: being that you're on the ocean, it's probably a little cooler here. However, once you get to land, you're pretty sure it's going to be blisteringly, uncomfortably hot. There are some of you who are wearing things not conducive to warm weather, and I think we should all just take a moment to talk about what we come out of our cabins wearing. And it sounds like, Maven, you know what you want to do already.
Yes. 1 minute.
And well, let's just go down Discord. Kravish.
Yes.
What does Kravish come out wearing? Because I'll tell you this. What do you got? Mithril full plate?
No, half plate.
Half plate? Yeah, let me see something here. I think it still counts, but you might skate. Oh, maybe I'll just look up the armor. Armor. Half plate, yeah. Half plate, it's medium armor. Okay, so half plate, medium, I'm going to say medium armor. Anybody else who is wearing medium armor or long sleeves, meaning robes, you're going to be hot, which will carry certain things. Mm-hmm. Medium armor counts. Cool.
So yeah, I mean, I think for right now, I'll just keep my breastplate on. Will that be enough to avoid any penalties?
Breastplate is also medium armor.
So it doesn't matter then. Okay. Well.
Yeah. Yep.
Okie dokie. Well.
It's just here. Let me outline what we all know. This is going towards exhaustion. Let me outline your issues with that. It's only going to be one level. I'm not going to screw you guys for, this whole arc. But it does give you let's see here. Come on. Exhaustion. It's disadvantage on ability checks. That's it. It's not disadvantage on attacks. It's not disadvantage on saving throws. It's just hard to do stuff because you're hot as hell. So, that being said, Kravish, what does Kravish do despite the fact that you might be hindered a little?
Yeah.
One way or another.
Yeah, I'm still going to keep my mithril armor on just because we're going into Terra Incognita. So I'll keep that on, but I'm wearing a very light, kind of a short-sleeved tunic, very breathable, and some light, like linen slacks.
You're gonna look like a castaway. All right. Dripping with the minimalism, aside the bulky armor, which isn't bulky.
The 6.5 foot tall silver dragon's already gonna kind of, stand out.
Oh yeah, definitely. You're gonna be shiny. You're gonna be shiny in the jungle.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What does Iona choose in this environ?
Okay, well, I double-checked, and my glamour-studded leather is light armor, so at least I've got that.
Yep, you'd be good.
Is my cloak going to be a problem?
Yes, long sleeves and any outer garments are going to give you that level of exhaustion. This is a temperature thing. And it's got some stipulations. Like I said, medium or heavier armor, you automatically take it. And if you guys are wearing long sleeves, count on it.
Okay. Iona comes out not wearing her cloak. So this is pretty much, she doesn't generally not wear her cloak. It's very much a barrier between her and the world, and it kind of makes her feel safe. So she doesn't look all that happy about not being able to wear it. She's also discarded her gloves, which have been put away, and the sort of half skirt that she tends to wear. She's not wearing sleeves, so her arms are bare, and so it's just pretty much trousers and tunic for her as far as what's going on with that and her armor goes. And it's sort of based on what she's wearing, she's also veering a bit away from blacks and more into like greens and light greys, just so that the heat will hit her clothes a bit less. And yeah, so she doesn't look quite comfortable, but also she did grow up in a swamp, which is not a million miles away from being a jungle. So while it's not exactly what she's used to, what she's wearing is sort of informed by her idea of what might be better to wear.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, as you emerge wearing that, I'm gonna take the initiative and say that Baranor meets you in the hallway. As he's just kind of tugging on what looks like he's also going to suffer through with his spiked armor, but he's completely sleeveless, and he's wearing just that cuirass that has kind of the little studded spikes on the shoulder, a couple of rows of spikes across his chest, and then just like straight slats across his abdomen. He's wearing that and kind of just like a very tattered undershirt with no sleeves at all, and he's got a pair of bracers. He's ditched his gloves as well, leather bracers on his wrists, and a pair of black pants, and he's still sweating like a hog, even though hogs don't sweat. Daunt is going to be the third in this little group. He's going to walk up, and you notice that he is dressed almost exactly the same, except instead of that white sort of mid-elbow undershirt, he just has his leather vest on. But he still kind of has that red side half cape that sort of tumbles over his right shoulder. And he's got his brown leather trousers and his flop-over pirate boots. And he's also kind of sweating, and he just looks at the two of you, and he's like, "Looking good, mates. Looking like we're ready for the jungle. Anything we need to do before we go upstairs?"
I think I'm ready.
Yep,
Though I
Baranor is just
still
going to
look
kind
like
of...
she'd much rather be able to wear her cloak.
Yeah. It doesn't look like it's affecting Daunt's kind of comfortability. But yeah, he and Baranor kind of turn, and Baranor kind of like looks down at Luna, and Luna looks up at him, and he's kind of twiddling his finger with the wolf's den ring, and he just kind of looks at her and just like, "Don't worry, girl, I got him. Let's go." And they're going to join all of you. Koza, what does Koza wear as he lumbers out of his cabin?
I would say he's wearing like just his basic tunic, none of his furs because it's hot as hell. Definitely wearing his enchanted wood armor just because safety.
Okay.
Yeah, and carrying his walking stick.
All right. Well, Koza. Let's see here.
I believe
Yep. Go ahead.
my armor is medium.
If I remember correctly, what did we say we wanted it to be? I thought we went with full plate.
18. Did we go with full plate?
I think it is. Plate, yeah. Your armor class is 18, it's plate.
Yeah. Okay, so.
Yeah, so, you're going to have disadvantage on ability checks too. So is Karish. So is Baranor at this point. How about and Maven, you step out wearing your short sleeve attire. Yeah, is there anything else that you kind of grab as a something to wear or something to hold? What are you walking? Do you walk around with your fire stick, or is that put away?
I don't generally just carry it around with me if I don't think I'm going to be using it.
Yeah, the red skull, I'll say this, the red skull that was impaled upon it when you went to the Fire Realm that time ago. It's really starting to look beat up, and as intimidating and badass as it was, it's kind of like chipping and falling apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, just putting that out there.
Soon, old friend. I'll get a new one soon.
All right. What is Sunny doing? By the way, something
So
you're
he's just hanging
noticing.
out on. Okay.
Yes, Sunny is like in a tip-top mood right now. You can feel him. You can feel him soaking up this environment, and he just leaps into the air and does a couple of circles, surrounding the ship as you guys kind of begin to dock closer to land. And how about Yuno? What does Yuno choose to wear?
I'm gonna keep my, robe on, and I'm just gonna use prestidigitation to kind of gently cool the air a little bit. Right. It's not super powerful, but I can make a slight breeze just to, be a little
yourself
cooler.
So that lasts for what, an hour, or is that just a breeze that lasts briefly? How does that work?
I think effects last up to an hour.
Yeah, the duration is an hour.
So you just have to re-up that every hour in order not to induce your exhaustion.
Okay, I can do that too.
Good idea. A little
You
gust
can do that
cantrip.
too. All right, so I'll just consider you all in a constant state of concentration. And I'll assume that
concentration.
I understand that. I'm saying that in order to maintain that throughout the day, I'll consider you guys sort of like keeping an eye on all of this. I'm not going to make. What I'm saying is, I'm not going to make you say, "Okay, after another hour, I do a cantrip." That seems rather tedious, and I'm tedious enough with my rolls sometimes. Yeah, let's see. I think that's everybody. What is this goofy ass freaking pirate music? Okay. This has got to go. Sorry. This is terrible. Anyway. Land grows closer. And I'll just say, are all of you staying? Is anyone staying below decks? Are you entering port while manning the rails of the ship and kind of looking out at this beach that approaches? How are we kind of stationing ourselves?
I'd be up on the deck watching what's going on.
Yeah, up on deck, gear in tow.
Yep, up on deck.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm going to say Baranor and Daunt are also up on the observation deck of the ship and just sort of definitely trying to stay out of everyone's way, but looking for where, the exit of the ship might be, perhaps, and staying as close to that as possible. However, when you reach land, you notice that there are like peninsulas that jut out and curl in. The ship has to make a slight bank here to kind of wind around. It looks like wherever this outpost isn't like on the outer edge of the island. It's perhaps a ways in the inlet as maybe protection from the outer elements, and it isn't too long before the ship rounds a corner and you see an image of a military style base. Thatched roofs, a tall tower overlooking the top of a tall spiked metal wall. What you see is this. Several rows of black armored soldiers marching in formation. There are several groups of soldiers. Looks like they're training in some sort of yard. You see the high-masted flag raised high, almost as tall as the tower, flying the flag of the Imperium itself. A quartered coin of various symbols signifying the Emperor's main tenets and virtues. In the background, above the huge iron wall, you see a vast jungle surrounding the foothills of what looks like a semi-active volcano.
Okay, well. So I guess this is going to be our base operations for the next few days? Well, so I suppose that once the boat gets docked, moored, and the gangways let out, we will be on our way. But not before we give our thanks to Ann Castillo for the safe passage.
She is currently behind the wheel, the quartermaster's wheel at the back of the ship. The captain has long since descended to the bowels of his cabin. But yes, Ana Castillo is currently she is currently steering the ship. You wish to approach her?
Yeah, I'll come up that way.
All right. She kind of watches you approach and meets eyes with you. For someone supposedly keeping an eye on the sea, she kind of notices you rather quickly. She nods at the fellow to her left, who is a very tall, kind of half ogre or some kind of animalistic folk. Nods at him, and he just sort of sidesteps right behind her and grabs hold of the wheel, and she just kind of walks over to you and sort of slinks down the staircase on either side of her pulpit, and she just kind of smiles and looks right in your eyes. You tower over her, so she stops halfway up the stairs, so she's just a little taller than you.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, "Well, I guess this is it, Mr. Kravish, right?"
Yes, this does appear to be it. I just wanted to, before we left, I wanted to just stop by and thank all of you for allowing us passage on your ship.
Ah, yes. Passage. It has been quite a journey, has it not? Being attacked by the Verdant Cross and then harried by a kraken at sea. First time for me. How about you?
Yes, first for me. They should make some great tales when they get back home.
Yes, the sea is filled with journeys and tales as such. Fortunately, we are a capable crew, made more capable with the likes of you. I must say, you and your party, you are very talented warriors. It has been an honor to shepherd you across the ocean of souls. I hope we have fulfilled your obligations to the T of the contract we signed when we took you on board.
You did indeed.
Well, then let us sling this coffin of death into the port itself. Ready the mastheads! And she starts shouting at the crew once again. It looks like you guys are growing closer and closer. You can almost make out what people are shouting on land to each other. It looks like there's a retinue of soldiers that are sort of gathering near the dock and maybe something to receive you. And Baranor just kind of leans over the railing, leaning with Luna next to him, and Daunt is next to him. Iona, the two of them are next to you, and it looks like Baranor and Daunt are kind of leaning at each other and sort of like, whispering something or chit-chatting a little.
Yeah, so, I'll give a courteous nod and I'll head on back that way towards Maven. It's like, all right. Looking forward to solid land. Not looking forward to 413% humidity.
It's not the hottest place I've ever been, but we'll see.
Well, yeah, yes, you've been to hotter places, yeah.
Yeah, but that was a dry heat.
It's totally different.
Yeah. It was like being in a kiln.
Pretty much. Fair enough.
Yeah. I'm going to say that right now, for sure, Baranor, Daunt, probably Maven, although elves, I feel like you have a little more control over your hair. It's a little daintier, but definitely Daunt and Baranor, and a little bit of Yuno, although he's got shorter hair, so it doesn't really poof. But you've all got grizz going on. Your hair, all of it is just poofy. I mean, to speak nothing of Koza. Koza, I'm sorry, man. You're kind of miserable right now. It's very hot. You're wearing your wooden armor, which is
I'm
just
hot,
like it feels...
everything hurts, my armor's super heavy, and everything sucks.
Yeah, and it's starting to get to that point where it's like when you close your eyes, you can feel your eyelids and how hot they are touch, and you feel that like ribbon of heat across your eyes. It's very unsettling. Dripping with sweat. A river of sweat just pours down everyone's back. Until you finally...
I don't have sweat glands.
Yeah, except you're also a reptile, so you're very hot because you can't regulate your own body temperature. Yeah, you're like,
No wonder he has so many clothes. I never thought about it like that.
Yeah, Daunt is going to walk by, and he's just going to kind of, you know what, he's going to cast Armor of Agathis, only because it sprouts like icicles from his shoulders. He's like, oh, that's actually very nice right now. That's his own little bit of air conditioning. And what the hell? He's going to stand downwind of Iona and Baranor so that ice, as it looks like it's starting to actively melt, just kind of wafts a cool breeze towards the two of you.
Like a swamp cooler. A little water blows air on you.
Exactly. Well, as the ship begins to sidle up to the dock, it's got enough room, just barely, for the ship's like kind of port side rear edge to sidle up, and you see the sailors jump into action and extend planks with kind of ropes attached to them, and they kind of pull something, and it all kind of like an erector set just kind of unfolds into something of a portable gangplank, and it allows you all to exit the ship. There's going to be a couple of the sailors that are going to precede you. It looks like they're going to step closer to the retinue, as well as Lieutenant Castillo is going to descend, and she's just going to kind of give you all a nod, like, you know, as if to say, you know, you guys good? You got everything?
Yep, we'll nod back, and
she is going to lead you all off the ship, but before she does, she turns and speaks to you. On behalf of the captain and the Empire, I hope you've enjoyed your journey, and would someday, should our paths cross again, consider boarding the Kestrel once again for all of your transportation needs. It has been a pleasure, adventurers, ferrying you this way. I bid you all goodbye and good luck on your adventures to come. And she's going to turn, she's going to give a slight little half of a head bow, and she's going to turn and descend down the gangplank towards this group of soldiers. Now, I would appreciate a marching order down the gangplank, if you guys all happen to know that.
Won't be up front, but I think since this is Imperial business, I think Yuna being up very close to the front would be prudent.
Okay.
I'm in the middle somewhere.
In the middle. I'm going to say Daunt and Baranor are towards the rear.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah, what did you say, Iona?
Iona is also in the middle, sort of next to Maven, and she's got her holy symbol is currently concealed. She's wearing it under her shirt, the way she does whenever she's sort of in company other than with the crown collectors.
Right. Okay. So yeah, for a moment, Lieutenant Castillo just kind of stands in front of these soldiers as you all kind of feel like she's waiting for perhaps someone else that is not here. And as if on cue, the soldiers part just slightly, enough to allow a slightly short drow elf, dark elf, maybe seemingly in his mid-40s, with sort of a pallid gray skin, medium-length hair that sort of tumbles stringy behind his ears to his shoulders. He wears a black tunic with sort of modest shoulder pauldrons, and he's got a silver badge connected by a chain to one of his pauldrons. And he's carrying what looks like a letter. As he just sort of snakes between these two groups of soldiers and looks at all of you, you see this guy. Lieutenant Castillo, it is just simply delightful to see you once again. And Lieutenant Castillo just kind of shifts her weight. Hello, Vela. It is good to see you too. I have here our cargo, the Crown Collectors. And he just kind of twists his nose at her a little and says, I was kind of hoping to be speaking to your captain. He does so owe us the grace and privilege of his presence one of these days. Please do pass along my dear love to your dear captain. And Lieutenant Castillo just kind of, again, she kind of has her hand on her sword, and she kind of regards you guys for a moment, and then back to Vela. Yes, well, the captain likes to dine under decks during the daylight, as is his way. If there is nothing else, I shall take my leave. Crown Collectors, good luck, and may the gods speed you on your journey. And she kind of gives you one more little half nod and puts a kind of slaps Baranor and Kravish on the shoulders a little and makes eye contact with pretty much everybody as she follows her men up the gangplank, and you see them actually kind of like pulling crates down the gangway, and it looks like they're maybe exchanging goods very briefly here. Yes. Well, I suppose you are the group of adventurers I was bidden by my commander to bring you before him. And he looks down at the letter. The crowned claimers or something?
Crown Collectors, sir.
Ah, yes, collectors. That's the one. Sorry, I seemingly forgot the distinction. Well, please follow me. I shall take you to my master. And the soldiers, all the two groups, they snap to facing each other, creating a corridor as you are led with two soldiers on either side of Captain Vela down this little, area of covered in sand, you pass by several groups of these soldiers as they click-clack their spears and shields together in training. And you see Daunt and you see Baranor just kind of keeping an eye on everything as they sort of scan from the perimeter wherever they happen to be. And so Captain Vela just sort of he leads you along towards the tower at the back of the base, and as you draw closer to, you see training dummies set up, and some of these soldiers are stabbing them, and it seems to be a well-trained, well-honed military watch type outpost. There are several buildings, not many. There's what looks like probably some kind of a dining hall. It's very modest. There is definitely what looks like a barracks. There's a long building with several rows of windows. It's all made of stone. It's all made of thatched roofs. And there's several storage little warehouses and other, very, very few buildings in this outpost. This place is definitely smaller than even the Needle was, as the tower in the center is of a different style, but still functionally the same idea. It looks like the Empire likes to be up high at the edges of its territory. This is no exception. You're brought to the ground floor of the tower. It looks like it's got a building at its base. There are several soldiers lining the entrance. You're brought into this building, and within it, you see there are a couple of rooms on either side of the hallway here that lead to other places. However, it's not a very large tower, and he leads you up a, say, 2 or 3 story staircase, and you pass by a room here, a room there. It looks like there's maybe a little guard tower section area underneath the main level, until you're brought before a stone door, and it is it's kind of latched with like wooden beams. The soldiers on either side of Captain Vela kind of open the door, and there you see, sitting at a desk, a huge, immense half-orc man with a receding hairline of black, short, buzzed-style hair. He wears shoulder pauldrons and a tank-top black tunic, very similar to Captain Vela, only his shoulder pauldrons are a little bigger, but with a kind of a shield-shaped badge on his chest, linked by a chain, a nice chunky chain. You see this commander sitting before you. Sir, I have retrieved the party of adventurers. I leave them before you, humbly. And you see him give this kind of really awkwardy, but somehow rehearsed half a curtsy bow. And the commander just kind of, he lifts his fingers briefly as if to wave him off. And Captain Vela is going to turn, face all of you, and almost looking through you, just kind of walk past you and not regard a single one of you, really. And he's going to disappear down the steps. Please, come in, come in. See you, Ken. Ken's got to go.
All right.
Please, come in, come in.
Yep.
He is going to rise from his chair. You're not sure if he's half-orc or a quarter human or an eighth human and the rest orc. He is massive. He is huge. His arms are bigger than anybody's legs. Okay? He stands 7.5 feet tall. He's as wide as 2 of you. But he is dressed very modestly. It looks like it's definitely for the weather. He has a huge window behind him where you can see over the wall and into the jungles beyond. And he just kind of stands as you all kind of filter in. There's enough room for everybody to sort of be in here. Maybe not enough for everyone to stand side by side. So I'm going to have Baranor roll perception just to keep an eye on the surroundings. That's not bad for him. Daunt's going to do the same. Does anybody else want to make any kind of perception roll while you're standing here in this moment to kind of gauge, you know, this is a weird place. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, me too.
Might as well just do it.
All right. Iona got a 15. It's hot. It's hot and hard to see. You're sweating pretty bad there. Got an 8. Oh, jeez. I got a rock.
I had no luck today.
Didn't do too good. All right, so Kermish, you're kind of at the top of your game. Talking to Imperials seems to be something that comes naturally to you for some reason. Yes, I assume Sonny is not in the office.
He's just hanging out.
Yeah, I'm going to say that Luna is also just kind of hanging out around the beach area, just away from everybody. But Baranor didn't do too great. Yuno didn't do too great, although Baranor's got crazy perception, so I'm going to say he at least passed. Everybody else didn't do that amazing either. Hey, it's hot. What are you going to do? I'm going to say up here. Yeah, you did okay. Dirty 20's not bad.
It's good. What are you talking crazy for?
So, I'm going to say the heat is really kind of gotten to all of you. It's difficult to sort of breathe. At least, you feel you'll probably get used to it, but for now, it's pretty uncomfortable. So at this moment, he just kind of looks, this guy just kind of looks like a huge hulking silhouette against the bright, at this point, midday sun that's sort of illuminating this office from this big window, which those of you who are tactically inclined kind of makes you wonder, why doesn't he have like bars on it or something? Like, this is a big open window in this tower that he seemingly has his back to when he's at his desk. You look around, and on his desk you see, a couple of maps, a couple of books, no coins, no daggers or anything like that, but it definitely looks like official papers. There's a bookshelf next to him where there's some papers shoved into a couple of piles and things like that. It looks like kind of a minimalist styled office. There's a big painting of the Emperor on the wall next to him, and there is on the other side of the wall there's a big flag with the Imperial seal on it. And he just kind of stands there, and as you all kind of filter in and settle your eyes and get used to the lighting in here, you hear him. I am Commander Tulok, First Governor of Baraxos. You are the band of wild knights from the capital, the Crown Collectors. I am so ordered to receive you through the Iron Wall. He turns slightly towards his window and the jungle wilderness, and he snaps his gaze to the tall black metal wall, high with spikes and manned by the Black Guard. The Great Barrier you see there, that is the extent of the territory of Baraxos, and the Empire, for that matter. The rest of it, he regards the jungle, the volcano, all of it, is Tal Marov. It is a wild and untamed land. Whether it be from the Wan-Ti serpent cults, or the tribal lizard men, the jungles beyond our walls are teeming with unruly factions. Even the Apeling commune, some of them have been resorted to raids in years of late. If not for the Iron Wall, the whole of this island would descend upon us.
Well met, Governor. As you as you correctly assumed, we are indeed the Crown Collectors. And I assume that you have already been apprised of our mission here before our arrival.
He doesn't turn towards you, but he turns his head, so he's kind of looking, to the side, and he kind of gives a snort in amusement before turning back out to the jungles. Aye, you mean to brave the island and seek the home of the tieflings?
That is correct, sir.
He kind of tracks his eyes up the mountain, and just so you all know, the seemingly it's kind of muffled seismic activity. It crackles low. You kind of it's not a dormant volcano, but it's not erupting at the moment. And you see it kind of burp up a glowing shower of sparks that pepper the upper caldera rim with molten rock. The volcano. Locals call it by several names. Macumbo, Yasareth, Kathraga. They all mean the same thing. The giant who sleeps. We call it the Rings of El, because of what lies beyond it. And at this moment, he kind of slowly turns around and sits at his desk, still kind of, barrel-chested and still very tall. He's taller than most of you. I think only Koza at the back would probably be able to see over his head. You really mean to find the city of Anorak?
That we do.
May I ask why? No one's ever traveled across the island to find the tieflings that didn't have nefarious purposes.
Well, we'll explain that we are in need of their linguistic efforts because some clues regarding this primal evil knocking out all the magic that he's already been apprised of. Some of the ancient language is closer to tiefling than anything else.
Okay. Make a persuasion check. Because he starts kind of looking at you with, confusion, and not confusion, but slight confusion and slight disbelief.
Bad time. I'm going to use my heroic inspiration to roll that again.
Okay.
Well, at least it wasn't a 1. It was a 17.
Instead of a 1, you rolled a 2.
Yeah, so it's a 17 at least.
Okay, so I'm going to say that this is all news to him. He's looking at you like, ancient evil entity. What are you on about?
Okay then. So I will go ahead and look in my bag, and we're going to get our notes from when we were at the tower, at the Wizard's Tower.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to, with his permission, lay them here at his desk so that we can talk.
So Yuno is going to interrupt you, actually. And he's going to say, what my friend means to say is that we are on a mission specifically from Prince Hector with his full authority. And he's going to bring out his, gold seal and lay it on the table and just say, we weren't exactly sure that you were not apprised of all of this information. However, it seems like, and Yuno's going to look at you, Kravish, kind of like a, it's cool, dude, I got this kind of a way.
So I'll just start putting all my notes away and putting them back in the bag.
And he's going to say, meaning no disrespect, Commander, but this is imperial business of the highest order, and we're not exactly sure who's cleared to know everything about our mission. And Yuno's going to kind of look at the group like, right?
Right.
Does that sound right?
Right. Sorry.
Commander Talak is going to shift in his seat slightly and say, Of course. I don't mean to pry. We don't get a terribly current amount of news out here in the West.
So you're going to have a conversation with yourself now between Yuno and the commander?
Yuno's, that's pretty much all Yuno's going to say. He's going to kind of give like a, that's right. And he's going to kind of like withdraw into his seat once again. Well, far be it from me to slow down Imperial business. All right. Well, if you're aiming to strike west to the city of Anorak, and he's going, as he says this, he is going to unroll a piece of parchment that we'll just say that he is definitely going to pass to you. So if somebody wants this,
I'll take hold of it.
okay, it is this object right here.
Okay.
All right, you see that?
I do.
All right. If you're aiming to strike west to the city of Anorak, you have but 3 choices to your route. You could attempt to fly the distance, of course. However, as I'm sure you've noticed, which you guys didn't, other than you saw like little bits of black, little points of black in the sky. Not sure if you've noticed, but the sky is a bit dangerous. The island of Baraxos is home to an ancient feud. And he's going to kind of detail that there is kind of a warring species of giant wasp-like insects that sort of own the sky. He describes that they fly very high. But there are 2 species of semi-sentient bug-like creatures that are quite large that fight each other, and occasionally their corpses crash through the jungle, and but they don't seem to descend. He says it's been some time since they've descended to land to hold their war, but that's why we tend not to use the sky at all. Of course, you could strike out through the jungles around the mountain's roots, then straight to the Devil City. But you will encounter the flora and fauna of these islands at some point. To speak nothing of the warring locals. But if you should survive the twisted, strangulating vines, carnivorous plants, and all manner of jungle folk who dwell here, you'll get there in 2-3 days. You could go under the mountain, of course, through the sealed gates of the old abandoned mines and along an underground cavernous ridge. You see, the city you seek has an underground labyrinth of their own that connects at the end. But be warned, while no activity has been recorded from those exploring there for the past 50 or so years, it is a vast labyrinth of endless passageways. A great chasmous tomb from which many have not returned. It is by far the longest route. You could happen upon the fastest junction and its secret doorways and get there in, a week. Or you could navigate the corridors of the mines for a month and still be no closer to the end. Depends on the pathways you follow. The third option, I would not recommend in the slightest. However, there is a faster route than under the mines, through a careful of stone bridges and fireproof shelters that leads up the mountain around the caldera's edge and straight to the other side. However, great care must be taken. While you will likely encounter no wildlife there, as the caldera is far too hot and dangerous, the rings of hell are not completely dormant, and this route presents certain challenges of its own. Whatever your decision, you are like to die. Some would call that foolish. And he kind of like crosses his massive forearms over his chest. Me, I think it's brazen and worthy of respect. Without further ado, though, please take this map, and good luck to you, Knights of the Wilds.
Thank you. One question, though.
Yes.
Why
He
can't we
looks
sail
like
around
it looks like he immediately kind of went back to work.
Right. Why can't we sail around the island and go to the other side?
Well, that might be a little challenging. You see, the Morov Islands are nigh impossible by sea. And you see him kind of drag another map across, and you see the island itself, and it shows that there are these coral reefs that sort of extend around the north, south, and western side of the island, and there are these little red X's kind of written on the map. Many have tried to find a navigational way around the island, but honestly, no one's really tried. No one wants to go to Anorak. It's not exactly a place for Imperials, if you know what I mean. And they're not exactly the friendliest of folk, based on what I've read that the people of the mainland did to their kind long, long ago. They don't exactly come over here to raid us, but they don't show any interest in trade or fair communication either. They're kind of a blight on the island, a rotted place that no one pays attention to. Feel free to try to sail and navigate, but I'd bring more than one boat, and that would take you a good long clip if you're rowing.
Okay. Thanks for the answer. And we'll take our leave of you now, sir. Thank you. Are there accommodations here for us currently?
Yes, please, of course. If you need to take a rest, you're welcome to grab a spare bunk from the barracks. But as I was understood, you'd arrive in the midday and be on your journey way.
Ah, very well. Well, thank you, sir.
Of course. And he is going to furrow his brow and resume writing in his ledger of some kind. And you see another soldier kind of walk up and sort of bend down and whisper in his ear, and they start to conversate a little. Daunt and Baranor are going to stand. Yuno's going to stand, and you know, he's not used to just kind of being dismissed this way, so he kind of rolls his eyes a little as he meets eyes with you, Kravish.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was abrupt, huh?
Indeed.
Well, let's say we get somewhere in the shade and freshen up a little and figure out what we want to do.
Yeah, got it. So, we'll find our way over, to the barracks, so at least we can plot a course, and if we need to freshen up or anything like that.
Okay.
Anybody else got any ideas?
No.
Okay.
Trying to come up with something. I got nothing.
Don't think you're particularly going to want to take that shower here.
No. I'll be fine.
Bunch of weary soldiers.
As I'm like picking schmutz out of my hair.
Oh, I'll prestidigitate every.
Sick. I love you so much.
Yep. Doesn't take the place of a good shower, but at least it'll do in a pinch.
It'll work. Okay. So, how do we want to do this?
Yeah. Well, let's see. We've got the route of death in the air. We've got the route of death over land. And we've got the route of madness and death under the land.
Don's gonna cut in and he's like, don't forget about the treacherous and impassable coral reef surrounding the island.
Oh, yes. The the route of death around the island. So, yeah, we're pretty much fucked.
I think my audio cut out. What is the route of death under the island? I just like to make sure I'm
the labyrinth,
the mine.
The mines.
There's a mine, right?
Yeah. So I'd like to have a history check from Kravish, from Iona, from Maven, from Yuno, and that's it.
Myself on this.
Wow, I just got 2 natural 9s in a row and a natural 20.
I'll guidance myself.
I got rolled a nat 20 for a
wow.
I've done that 20 on the history.
Wow.
No, that was your 20. Oh, excuse me. I got a 12 plus 4 for a 16.
Holy shiza. All right, to the map. Okay, so where we are is all the way over here. All the way to the west, folks. The Morav Islands, and the one you're on, the biggest island, is seemingly called Tal Morav, Tal apostrophe Morav. And very little is known about the Morav Islands because the Empire wishes it so, and doesn't publish a whole lot of information. What pretty much everybody in the know, like would know this, Kravish would know this, and definitely Maven, and probably Iona, that Baraxos is the extreme western edge of the Imperial territory, and it's just an outpost. It's just basically a flag to say, we are here. And the idea that a mine, an abandoned mine, lies somewhere deep in the jungle near the roots of the volcano is weird, because you would expect this to be sort of a flourishing outpost, a military outpost, if they were bringing resources out from the ground. So the fact that it's abandoned tells you it's probably not. It's probably pre-Empire, which is 250 years. So it could be 250 years or older. And I don't know if you heard Iona, but it seems to be the safest. Although the longest journey, it could take you anywhere between a week, a month, maybe more. Don't get lost. But they made it clear that it's sealed, probably on both ends, but definitely on this end, it's been sealed. And no one has traveled there for 50 years, and nobody has encountered any activity. So it seems like it's relatively safe. Or you could go through the jungle, or you could go over the mountain.
I vote against going over the mountain.
Me too. I second. I don't know if going over a volcano is the best idea.
I know to Sonny that's probably a play date, but
yeah, he very much would like to go play in the lava.
Except for that whole, being accosted by giant wasps.
He would hate that.
Yeah, I'll say this. Once you guys are out of the tower and kind of walking, there's not a lot of room for you guys to, tour the outpost. Like I said, it's more of a camp than really like a military base. It's not big. There aren't many buildings here. But you do kind of poke your head up, and you do see, in the distance, in the sky, just black objects kind of zigzagging lazily, and sometimes kind of colliding with each other.
Those must be the aforementioned wasps.
Giant wasps.
Okay,
Terrifying.
who else here is going, what the hell do we get ourselves into? Raise my hand.
Hands up. Okay, well, so do we want to go? How much less time would it take supposedly to go overland as opposed to underground?
We said about 3 days. It would take us roughly 3 days to cross on foot if we can make it through all the inhabitants of said jungle.
Fair enough. So, which is more important, expediency or safety?
Now, there's other symbols here on the map. Is there a legend or anything to know what these mean?
There is no legend on the map itself, but I'll have, if you want to look at it a little more discernedly, I'll have you you can make a history check at advantage, as I'll have probably help you. And Baranor will probably aid you as well. He knows the forest and stuff, and he might know what these mean.
Okay, so
I'll say that those symbols definitely look. You've seen a few maps in your time. They look like imperial symbols, like imperial interpretations of something.
I got 13.
Like 13. It's not great.
Nope.
He's gonna put his finger on the map at each of those spots and go, I don't know who drew this map, but he was in a rush and didn't really explain anything, but I would say these are probably places to avoid.
Yeah, you think?
I mean, I see one of them looks like a triangle.
Yeah.
And he said something about Wan Ti. They like to inhabit ziggurats and have these serpent cults and
he did
sacrifice people.
He did mention the Wan Ti, yeah.
And maybe these are the symbols representing these different factions' territory.
It is entirely possible.
Baranor is going to utilize his survival skills and say, I suggest we go in a straight line across the island and avoid all of those places. We'll have to climb over glens and hills and the roots of the volcano, but...
Yeah, we'll definitely encounter some elevation.
And did you hear what he said? Carnivorous plants? I mean, what the hell kind of an island is this? Probably find beasts and creatures of the jungle.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Hey, for us, we call that Tuesday.
Baranor's going to kind of pull at his collar and say, "Yeah."
To hide when we rest.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Say that again. I'm sorry.
At the very least, we can use the Magnificent Mansion to hide when we rest. The door is invisible when it's shut, so...
We got that going for us, yes.
If only we could hike while inside the Magnificent Mansion.
Just carry the door.
Yeah.
Put one arm out and carry the door.
Like people toting a canoe where you just see their little legs and just...
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sure that when the sun really goes down, we probably need to hunker down. This is not a place I want to be wandering around after sunset, no matter how good I feel my torch is lit.
Yeah, and Luna is walking along with you, and she's going to kind of... Karish, you are talking, and you notice that Luna is looking at you, and then looks at Baranor, and you hear Luna kind of mutter something, and Baranor just kind of looks down at her and is like, "Yes, I know, it's going to be hot."
Okay. Must be a ranger thing. Yeah, it's going to be hot. I'm not thrilled about it either. All right. Well, I guess we start setting off then, or do we want to, it's midday. I'd hate to waste a full half day.
Is going to kind of postulate the idea. Well, this place seems kind of like maybe the most dangerous environment we've ever walked through, and we've walked through some frickin' environments.
Yeah.
Do you think it would be safer to travel during the day or travel during the night? It would probably be a little cooler at night.
It would be cooler at night. And I think enough of us have dark vision that at least we could make out immediate threats.
Baranor is going to kind of also pipe in and say, yes, but nocturnal life at night in a place like this, something else we need to consider. Because I don't know about you, but I don't want to have to fight a bunch of jungle creatures, and I can't really see, so it's just something to think about.
Yeah, good point. I think as uncomfortable as it's going to be, believe me, I know it's going to be uncomfortable. We're probably best traveling during the day.
All right. Kind of knuckles up. Okay. And Daunt just kind of, had his back to you all this whole time, just sort of his hand on his sword and his other hand kind of on his hip. He kind of sweeps his red cape aside and says, I love this plan. This is what it's all about, friends. Striking out into the wilds, into untold danger, just for a chance to talk to a bunch of tieflings. You guys are great. I'm so glad I came along.
He's new here.
Well, I will give you guys another hour of short rest. If you guys want to just max out your hit dice or something, or if you want to take that time to ready your gear, prepare your spells, maybe take some potions, or everybody figure out what you've got in your inventory. I think everybody should probably maybe do that just to get a bearing on what you're bringing with you into this horrid frickin' environment.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to, during this short rest time, I will play an encouraging song as we finish our rest to give everybody heroic inspiration.
And what is that dice going to be?
It's heroic inspiration, not bardic inspiration.
Okay.
That's like when you give inspiration.
Oh, it's a reroll.
Mm-hmm.
Right on. Well, as you pull your mandolin out, and start plucking along, and you guys all kind of start tapping your foot, and kind of, you're leaning back on a barrel. You guys, you wouldn't have even had a place to sleep here. Just like a quiet corner of the barracks. You're all kind of tapping your foot, and kind of bobs his head with the rhythm. And Baranor pulls out his wolf-styled mandolin, which he never pulls out. It's a shame. And he starts to mimic your song. So let's just have a performance check from Kravish, and I'm going to roll one for Baranor. He got a natural 19. So good.
Nice.
He actually went up to me. I got a 17. I'm rolling like shit.
He has a +0.
So he got a 19.
He got a 19.
I'll say this, Kravish, you're just kind of messing around. You're just kind of plucking along, just doing kind of enough to where it's a pallid tune. And Baranor, he kind of strums his strings, and you didn't expect him to join you. And the two of you kind of harmonize slightly. And here comes Daunt, has his little pan flute that he's had this whole time, and he pulls out his little pan flute, and he kind of accentuates Kravish's song, which kind of rounds out sort of a hopeful, nervous, anxious, courageous, trying to find the bravery in a sea of uncertainty. as you guys kind of keep that tune in your mind as you're all marching through the base with that tune kind of dancing around your brain and giving you guys kind of a little pep in your step, at least a hopeful march towards the gates of the back of the iron wall as the soldiers part ways grant you entry and the gates creak with a click, clack, click, clack, click, clack, click, clack. They turn with unseen gear work and clockwork within, revealing the jungles of Tal Morav before you. And as you step out into the wilderness of this jungle, we are going to end our session there and pick up next time.
Ugh.
Ooh. Most perilous.
Yeah.
Great.
Welcome to Jurassic Park, kids.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I better see some dinosaurs.
I don't want to see dinosaurs.
I think you guys did talk to someone, probably maybe the captain, or you talked to somebody about this place, and they mentioned that, yeah, there's probably dinosaurs out here.
Yeah, I think it was Ander when we were at the Wizard's Tower.
Yeah. It's a wild place, and you guys are going to find out all about it. We are looking at the spring solstice, which I can't believe that's finally happening.
God.
Thank God. I don't know if any of you have had the winter we have had. I'm sure not, but it's been a little challenging. Right, Noah?
Oh, it's just cold.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
Looking forward to...
I will not be available for the 21st. I'm going to the Comic-Con in Richmond.
Ooh, cool.
You can impress Baranor, and you can tell him that Hayden Christensen's going to be there.
Oh, shit.
Jealous.
Really?
Was he in
Oh.
I don't know. We never go.
I love that guy. I'm so glad the fandom has come around and accepted him despite the shit that he went through in the 2000s.
Yeah, no, it was really good. Let's see him have a little bit of a renaissance with, Obi-Wan.
Yeah. And he got to play Darth Vader. Like, every time that he's been on screen for, like, the last, I think since Rogue One, it's been him.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's in the suit in Rogue One. He's in the suit during Ahsoka, obviously. And there's a couple other times I'm sure that. Yeah, I think. Oh, definitely Obi-Wan. Yeah. I love that scene where they fight. I love that scene between them. It's so great.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, folks, 21st, we're getting back together. Corey, when we get closer to that date, I'll kind of run some stuff by you, kind of get your temperature on what you want to see Kravish doing. But that was awesome, guys.
Yeah.
You guys all fought a baby kraken and survived.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that was a baby?
I mean, I'll be honest with you, it had more hit points than a typical kraken, and I used almost the exact same attack dice. So it was a kraken. I just chose to make it a baby because
The little one.
like
You're
that's
you.
scarier. Yeah, because I'm evil. So,
We know.
all right, folks, that was awesome, and enjoy the 2 weeks between, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
All right, guys, later.
Bye.
Bye.